creating life. There's no equal standard to you creating life. Like we can come to some sort
Yeah.
of arrangement and all this kind of thing, but fundamentally, like this whole kind of aspiration that you have of like equality and all this kind of shit is bullshit. You know what I mean?
Well,
And to pick up on something Dogs was saying as well, it's like, oh, like this is why I don't date in like modern life and all this stuff. That's not a solution to it either, Dogs. Like this whole aspect of, oh, I'm just going to blackpill or I'm just going to like give up on like this aspect, to me
It
is
was
not a
mostly a
solution
smart ass
either.
comment. But it's mostly a smart ass comment. But yeah, I get where you're going with it.
well,
Do you know what I mean? Go ahead, Jack.
I was just saying to clarify a little bit more because I feel like I was being vague about it. Like a lot of women, in at least in the modern day, like they want these things, but they don't want the duties behind of trying to be equal to a man. You know, so they want all these things, but they don't want to go that extra mile to make that happen. Mainly because they can't. You know, in some ways, some of the stuff, uh, you know, you could argue about, but in a lot of ways, it's not. So, you know, they don't want the duties behind it.
So to try and like let me see what way we go by that aspect. 100% jungle. But like, is it a better way to give them the taste of the like give them a taste of their own medicine and then basically put it on them? Like have to sit down discussion and say, listen, sweetie, like if you want this whole equality thing, how are we going to balance like you giving birth, like versus like the bills? Like it makes even like from that aspect, granting the position of equality, it's like, do you think it's fair that like you birth children and you pay half the bills? What
Yeah,
am I supposed to be bringing to the relationship? Do you know what I mean? And once you
yeah,
introduce that thing of like what do I bring to a relationship, then all of a sudden you have that kind of like framework to go about it. So would you go along the lines of like giving the little taste of medicine or being strict in terms of the principle and just saying, listen, if you don't adhere to, if you want to keep doing the equality, then you find someone else.
Yeah, reverse psychology will work, and they are all about this empathy stuff. So they're going to want to see your point of view like, oh, you're right. You don't bring anything to the relationship. Yeah, you pay the bills. You're right. At least
yeah,
we hope, unless they're just confrontational and then they just won't agree with anything you say, which you shouldn't be together in the first place if that's the case.
yeah. That's
That's
true.
a very valid point. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, like, why would you consider someone that
I need a bathroom
kind of
break. I'll be
has
right back.
that perspective? You know?
Yeah, and sometimes what they always say is they put on the front in the beginning stages and they put on the mask, and then the mask comes off 6 to 8 months down the road in the relationship, and then you really see who the true person is that you got with,
Well,
and then
Yeah.
you feel stuck because men don't want to give up on things; they want to push through, and women are too easy to give up on things if the men is in the wrong.
Well, and
Well,
also
yeah,
too, like the serotonin and all like the love chemicals and whatnot wear off after about 2 years, like kind of through your
Yeah, the
neurons and
honeymoon
whatnot.
phase. Yeah.
yeah,
And
and I think we also see this in the data because I forget what the percentage is, but most of the divorces are caused by women. You know, so a lot of this is like what Jungle said is that's that primary component, and that's what we see in the data.
I got a question that's a little bit off topic, but kind of on this on what we're talking about. You know how women mostly in relationships due to their boredom, actually, not any real reason.
Mhm.
Do you think the relationships after that honeymoon phase where they say, "Oh, we gotta spice it up again," and they start bringing in all this degen crap like threesomes and other bullshit? You think that's
Yeah,
because of the woman's boredom because they can't accept traditional consistency and what's the word I'm looking for? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
yeah,
kind
They
of, I
always
think I
need
know what you're
something
saying.
new.
Because
yeah,
like the chemical part of it's worn off, and they're just like, oh, I actually kind of don't like this person. And in my experience, sex falls off after that, but when it does happen, it does turn into that weird, like, experimental shit. And it's like, no, you just kind of want.
So that bears the question, we as men, what is our answer to this? How do we provide our woman that we do truly love it and care about an excitement to keep that spice alive while maintaining that traditional balance without bringing in the degen shit that she may be thinking of? Because, you know, most women
Mhm.
prefer that extra crazy shit because they demand it,
Yep.
even though they won't admit it. So how do we
That
do
you
it
do.
without crossing over that boundary?
I think through propaganda, positive
If
propaganda.
you truly love her, it's going to be rough.
Yeah,
How can you do that?
Like changing like the way girls are raised nowadays, and like how all this shit's fucking acceptable. And it's not even just chicks. I don't mean it like that. It goes across the board, but like, shouldn't we acknowledge that? It's
Or if she
different
knows
for
you love
boys?
her this much, she's going to,
Yeah. Mm.
she'll push you even more, in my experience. Because she can. Got to be a limit.
I
They
very much
always-
think about
They
how we
always use
fix
that
this.
phrase that they don't want to settle. They feel like
Yep.
they're settling when we should
Yeah.
use different terms.
When they go into that phase, yeah,
Mm.
for sure.
Yeah, this usually happens in between the mid 30s, I feel like, or the 40s when they're past the most fertile years, so they can't. And a lot of these women nowadays aren't having kids,
Yeah,
or
because
they're having them much
pregnancy.
later, so they're only having one kid, and that's not enough to replace the birth rate. But to answer your question, I think that it also comes out with knowing the other person in and out, and then like refining that whole detail and basically like going down the road of kind of instilling the right properties outside of the act of sex. That way they feel fulfilled even outside, but that you aren't just giving in to everything that they want. You're instilling the drive and everything that they want from you, so that when you do get into those situations and you're going through those things, that way they kind of feel like that you're being the true leader.
Yeah.
Well, we got another guest backstage. I'm introduce him.
We bring in the studio this morning one of the gay rights activists, Mr. Should I call you Mr.?
Mr. Halfwood, welcome to the show. Also, I'm going to pop down and get myself another coffee. Like I said, got to make sure make last this 24 hours, folks. We are coming up to the 15-hour mark, so we're slowly chipping away at it. We're slowly chipping away at it. But a key thing that I want you to think about in terms of like to drill down in terms of what like Jungle's trying to point out here is that like it is like a feminine nature to want like that excitement. So like, how do we provide that excitement while still adhering to a traditional relationship? You know what I mean? So like try to explore like the whole kind of like boundary kind of like section to it as well. I'll be right back. Like I said, I need to get my coffees.
Okay. Anybody want to go on that?
And like the boundaries of how to keep it interesting. I mean, like,
And
isn't
keep
the
it legit.
commitment-
Keep it traditional.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, isn't like the commitment? That is tough.
I mean, legit was the wrong word. Sorry. Traditional.
Well, yeah, in the traditional sense, you're committing to it, right? And as a Christian, it's till death. So
Yep.
I find it, it's kind of sidebar, but I find it weak when people get divorced. There is obviously reasons for getting divorced, but it should be, and I wish it was, well, I guess that is not, it should be with the intention as a life mate, right?
So we should abolish the no fault divorce.
100%.
Is that a state
Yeah.
thing or is that federal? I don't know.
Um,
I don't know if it's federal or not. I think it is, but I'm not. I don't want to say.
Because isn't the state who issues your marriage license to begin with? So
yeah,
I
'cause
guess
I
that's
was
a
gonna
good
say, I
point. Yeah.
know California has like the most egregious.
I wonder if just like then if like a bunch of states have it because it's talked about so often that I feel like it's
Does no
Well,
fault only apply to religious marriages, or does it also apply to secular marriages?
I think it's just secular. I'm pretty sure.
yeah, I think so.
okay, it
Yeah.
says here that divorce is strictly a state matter, not federal. There are no federal divorce laws in the United States. So
Okay.
everything is no fault is all state.
Okay, that's why I was thinking about California.
Is
Check.
there a state that does not have no fault divorce?
Yeah, that's what I'm curious about too.
No, every state allows for
Wow.
some form of no fault divorce.
Oh,
So it's
not
almost-
federal.
it might as
but
well be
every state
federal.
voted for it. Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there are 16 states that are true no fault states. These states do not allow you to file for an at fault divorce. They don't even allow you to file that type of divorce. You must go through no fault grounds like irreconcilable differences or I can't even pronounce that shit. Some shit. These states include California, Colorado, Florida, Hawaii, blah blah blah. Optional no fault state divorce. God damn, I can't talk. Optional no fault states, there's 34 of them. These remaining states allow couples to choose between filing a no fault divorce or an at fault divorce, citing reasons like adultery and cruelty or abandonment.
That sounds logical. Except for the part, like, well, yeah. No,
Well, the
that sounds
option of
logical.
no fault still applies to those. So you could just say, oh, I don't want to give a reason, and they'll allow it.
Well,
anyway.
that's why I was hung up on the optional part. It's like, how's optional? Like, wouldn't you just?
Yeah, it doesn't even make really much sense, honestly. But I guess it's because the 16 states that only allow no fault divorces, like you literally cannot even give a reason, it seems, which makes no sense there either. It's so odd.
I mean, I agree with you, so it's hard to like make an argument that you're not going to agree with. Like, that's complete and total horseshit. So yes, like you mentioned, Jungle. Yeah, there should not be no fault divorces. I think at this point.
But to answer the original question you had there, Jungle, I think this kind of comes back to what I was saying is you got to know the person in and out, and even in the bedroom, you got to know what you need to do properly. That way, they don't get to the state of quote unquote boredom. I think if you achieve that, I don't think they'll get bored. But
After 15 years, I know they get bored, bro.
well,
What do
for
you guys
sure.
think about
But-
this right here. The federal government cannot directly outlaw no fault divorce because family law falls almost exclusively under the jurisdiction of individual states. To enact a nationwide ban, the federal government would have to pursue specific, difficult legal and political pathways like a constitutional amendment. So we would have to write a constitutional amendment to ban it in all states.
That sounds better than the 19.
That's true.
Well, the part of the problem.
All
Well,
right.
the part of the problem with that though is that because it's a law and prohibited, now it's so hard to undo it.
Well, that's the thing. That's another question I've always thought about is should we add more amendments or should we take away the retarded ones and add better ones? Like, should there be an unlimited amount of amendments? We can just keep amending things forever.
I mean, that is kind of how it is. They do take and add amendments, and they have throughout the years. But they should really like think real hard on it, and well, there really doesn't need hard thinking, but they really should just remove one and replace it with another.
I would agree with getting rid of the tarred ones. And maybe update the current
Well, hold
ones.
on. Actually, you made me think of something, Jungle. At what point? All right. So, what's the threshold of when it becomes? I think that's kind of what you asked. Is state rights versus federal, right? When should it be federalized? Am I wrong?
Well, if you want to do a blanket, you
He
got
said, "Yeah, you're
pretty
right."
much got to go federal, right?
What'd you say, Crazy? I didn't hear that.
I said if you're going to do a blanket law for all states, you're pretty much going to have to do it federal.
Well, federal
Yeah.
is the blanket, though. Should
Yeah.
there be a blanket? Right.
This
If
could
I
be a good
understand,
debate
if I
topic
understand the point.
on VK or Swords of Reasons, the no fault divorce stuff.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
Hold on.
We're holding.
But
You got me puzzled with that one question.
No, I just made a
Jungle.
connection. Hold up. My stupid ass high brain just made a connection. If we were to be a Christian nation and we all agreed on it, right, then the sanctity of marriage would be through God, and it wouldn't necessarily be federal because state would have religion.
Yeah, we'd have to reinstitute state religion in the
yes,
state,
yes.
unfortunately.
yeah, I would rather
Holy
it
shit.
that way.
Holy shit.
I would
made a
rather it
point.
that way than someone going to a courthouse and
100%.
writing on a piece of paper.
100%. Local elections, yes, I very much like small government. But
Well, that's it's kind
Damn,
of
I
like
got
what
that.
happened with Roe v. Wade and stuff. You know,
Yeah.
it was left to the states. You know,
I can't agree with that one.
do you think that should be a federal?
Yep.
But that would just contradict what you just
if
said,
we were,
though.
Wait, no, if we were a Christian nation, though, we're Christian and no abortions.
Yeah, but you said you would rather leave it to the local, and then I posed that question,
Well,
and then
but
now
on
you
the
just said the
federal-
opposite.
There are certain things on the federal level, right? But should that not be across the board?
I think it was done that way intentionally to show what was,
But murder's
because
that
it's
way
easier to
across the
pass
board.
that way too as well, though.
Hold on, but murder's
know?
that way across the board.
Well, for sure, but it also shows like what's the separation, you know, like what
Murder.
states actually value life.
Well, scientifically, it is 100% proven when life begins.
No, for sure, I'm
So-
not arguing with that.
So then, since anything after that is murder.
No, I agree with you. I'm not disputing that part of it. I'm just saying that there's a reason why they done it to the state to show that, because they knew they couldn't like really. It would be harder to pass it federally than it would be state to state.
Okay. But shouldn't there... Well, hold on. We have the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. Like, I'm not saying amend shit, but it's in the language for sure.
Well,
And federally,
when-
that should
when you
be
think about
not
it,
okay.
when you think about it federally, right? You got to have like if you have everybody in line. Let's say the Republicans are completely in line with something. You go down this train to where you got to have, I believe it's like 75 or 85% to completely pass something. You know, like you got to have a certain percentage to go over that, and you got to keep that up if you want to change
Hold
these things in a long
Hold
period
on.
of time.
I think you're missing my point
Well-
here, Jack.
Unfortunately, gentlemen, it is a good conversation, but Dogs comes in on the Ko-Fi and he says, "Spin this shit."
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
He wants to spin that motherfucking wheel. Appreciate you
That's
kindly,
fair.
sir.
That's fair.
Toxic
I mean,
masculinity
it got way
is
past
just
what it was
normal
anyway.
male nature. Down our thoughts.
Men are not toxic. What do you mean?
Yeah,
I wasn't
We're
gonna
the
be the first one to say
superheroes,
that.
man. We save the world. We save everybody in it.
masculinity.
Also, welcome
right?
into
Because
Misunderstood
we're
as
men.
well.
Toxic? No, there's no toxic about it. We're just men, all right? Y'all fuck off, all right? Figure this shit out.
Well, I don't believe masculinity is toxic in any way, shape, and form, because most of the key points that they try to say that makes masculinity toxic is being able to control your emotions. And like young boys are told to suppress your emotions because you want to overcome emotions taking control of you. And people think that that is a toxic behavior, when to me, that seems more like a positive thing. Feminism is actually toxic if you think about it, because it's actually trying to change men into women when they can't.
Ding, ding, ding.
Well, the word toxic in itself is subjective, so it's just a social construction. This toxic masculinity.
Well, that's true, but when I think of toxin, I think of something that destroys you from the inside. And femininity kind of does destroy a man from the inside. Like you can have some feminine things that you're obviously going to have because you had a mother or sisters or shit like that, but there's certain feminine properties that cannot dwell over a man strongly, because those things will start to negatively affect you over time. I just feel like they do.
Yeah,
I feel like you
because,
missed an important word here.
Is
Male.
just.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
What about male? Define male.
Man.
Having a dick and balls.
Oh, really?
I wouldn't. I would expand that definition. Now,
Yeah, you might want to expand that, because if somebody goes and gets surgery,
No,
it gets
I
like,
said
you
it
know,
the way I
this
said
guy
it on
died
purpose.
and I got some surgery
Not
done,
even-
and now I gotta.
Not
got
even
a dick and
surgery
balls
required,
back.
Jonathan.
Earth is fucking around.
What about
No, they can't reproduce balls. The
What
balls is
about
the
these-
important part.
what about these bunch of men that spend X amount of dollars a month on OnlyFans?
Mhm.
Is that masculinity?
No.
That's
No,
Simple
that's no.
day.
Any symmetry is a feminine thing, because women are supposed to simp for men. Men are not supposed
If
to
a
simp for
male's
women.
doing it, it's feminine.
the definition of simphood is submitting.
Well, yeah, because if you think about it, you don't really simp to your wife. You cater to your wife. There's a difference between catering and simping to. I believe that sympatry came from guys who couldn't get long-term women, so women learned to devise this plan to use.
Like the cuck porn stars that lick their toes while they're doing the thing, you know.
All that
So
type.
gross. It's like fucking cucking.
Toxic, guys,
sucker. Shit. I just said that right now, didn't I? My bad.
Yeah.
that was wild. Yeah,
Y'all
I-
know what I mean.
Spin
Hey,
the
y'all know what I mean, though.
motherfucking wheel, for fuck's sake.
So, like, just in terms of toxic masculinity, it refers to rigid traditional cultural norms that pressure men to behave in quote unquote harmful ways.
And
So,
what exactly is that?
emotional,
Yeah, it's
so emotional
subjective, too.
suppression, the ingrained belief that real men must be stoic. It discourages vulnerability and frames showing emotions like sadness or fear as weakness. Anger is often only the acceptable emotion.
You mean like how we were trying not
then I
to
would
laugh
say yes.
earlier? Isn't that stoicism too?
Yeah, like they're saying stoicism is toxic.
Holy.
Nah.
Then I guess it is, right? To them.
That's horseshit.
Honestly,
I guess
honestly, males
toxic.
and females are just built different. Like males, like we have a hankering for not necessarily violence, but physical movement in general, whether it's fighting each other or doing something physical. Like we have to have that type of balance. being a man. I don't see that as toxic whatsoever because it kind of makes us, you know, the stronger gender in that sense when it comes to strength values.
Like, should we not train like everybody perhaps in society to be more stoic?
We're not on the philosophy wheel here, Teriak. We're on the dating wheel.
Yeah, quit.
Yeah, but toxic masculinity, a part of toxic masculinity apparently is the ingrained belief that real men must be stoic.
Before this goes,
But no one here believes toxic masculinity.
Yeah, I got
though.
allergic
Yeah.
and had to sneeze because of your fucking bullshit you just said.
Hey, I'm
to
just
sneeze
providing
'cause you're
definitions
bullshit.
here, gentlemen.
Hey,
Well,
spin
one
that
sec.
wheel.
I'm just providing definitions.
Yeah,
Jung
Shit.
says he's hitting us with the Jeremy Clarkson, as they would say.
no. Anyway, last week.
Anyway, spin that wheel. High body count ruins women for marriage.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Definitely.
Oh shit! Yes.
Talk about emotional wreckage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
ultimately what it
counts
comes
for
down
both
to.
sides, to be honest, too.
Oh,
Honestly,
here we
that
go.
ties
Hold
back
on.
to.
Hold on. Teriak's looking up the opposition because we all agreed. You ready?
Yeah, all I'm looking for is the reason, gentlemen. I'm just looking for the reason.
Nah,
That's what my main thing
Well,
is.
they
I have to
don't-
give you
What's
shit.
can't
We aren't
make-
What's
wrestling.
your feminism
That
molecule
would
was
also
talking
my
about?
third
Terry?
never trust you. You know what? I
Somebody
think
that
that would
jumps
make
around
her
all
never
day.
trust
You're always gonna be.
you at all.
Well, define high. Let's start there. Define high.
My man.
How
How high is too high?
Are you
and in
asking
how
about
many
preference?
years? You know.
How high is high enough? And I'm not asking you, Darth.
Yeah.
You're out. You're staying out of this one.
More than 3.
I would agree.
3.
I would agree.
Yeah, I would say because
In how
the
many
more
years?
men, they'd have to
In
be
their
spanned
lifetime?
out. If it's, it would have to be spanned out. Even if it's in their lifetime, I'm saying so. Like all the way up to me starting to date them. If they dated and had sex with only 3 people, and they dated them in a span of years, separate, maybe like 2-3 years apart or something like that, I'd be fine with that. But if it's like the same year they were a virgin for a while, and then that very year I met them was the same year that they had sex with 3 people and broke up with them multiple times, nah, I wouldn't get down with that because I could already read the patterns.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Good. I was about to get back to that on the similar one when I got on. Is women have this mindset different from men where they can't deal with the same thing every single day. Some women can, but most women can't. Where there's this certain mindset where they want constant change, all the way down to the very T. Men are able to deal with change and adapt to it. We also realize that when we get into a certain routine of things that's similar or that's like the same thing every single day, it does annoy us sometimes, but we also get used to it. Women tend to break from it because they don't like that same routine every day, other than things that like beauty routines and stuff like that. But I don't really count that because that shit's
But
not
all
really.
Not all men can adapt like that. Not all men.
No, not all men. I just feel like
That's the feminine.
most of the men who have more masculine values can adapt to that
Well,
certain
most men out
degree.
here ain't shit.
That is true. You can blame
Can I-
feminism
What?
for that.
Can I ask why I'm excluded from this conversation,
Because
Jungle?
of the first word of the prompt.
You got that big red thing sticking up.
That's a fair roast. Jesus.
Oh,
I actually had some fair points, but you pointed that out.
A
No,
red
yeah, I'll
rocket
shut the fuck up.
missile. Correct. Anyways, back to this. High. Let's go around the table. What is high for everyone? 3, 5, 10, 12, and let's just say
I will
over
go with
Well, I
the 3
think
number.
everyone said 3.
Oh,
I
yeah.
would say 5 at most for me. But
So from
only
18 to
'cause I live
28, too high.
So we talking about like lifetime or
No, 18 to
That's
28.
18 to 28.
18 to 28? Okay.
I'm still gonna say 3.
Still gotta say
Yeah, I'm
3.
sticking with
Wow.
3.
Okay.
But any Christian man would say anything over 1 because they seek the virgin.
We're talking about reality.
Hold on, there's
and
forgiveness
accountability.
though too on that.
Yeah.
That's where
Kids
I'm
not
sitting back here
considered.
thinking.
It's a good question.
Plus, good luck finding a virgin woman who's outgoing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you wouldn't be looking for that. Like speaking from a
Yeah, you're not
Christian
going to find it
perspective,
because she's going to be a homebody. She's not going to be out and about in the dating realm. That's what I'm saying. A lot
Yeah,
of
you find her at
virgin
the
women
church,
are
yeah.
like, yeah, you find her at the church, but even then,
Yeah.
they're still standoffish about dating.
Yeah, you're
which they should be, which is probably acceptable.
Yeah, it is a good thing.
I'm
like
gonna
hard to
say
get.
I'm gonna say for that analogy, I'm gonna say 5. I think if you're going past a single hand, it's no good.
What I say?
So
I'd
one
even
that
say
we
4
use-
because then it would be 5. You'd be the 5th.
That's fair. My cutoff
Whoa.
is 2.
But
I think it's fair. Anything over 2, I think is fair. I would not, criticize that.
I'm my wife's 3rd, and we met when she was 29. So
Yeah. I think that's fair.
Relationships. One of them was an abusive, and the other just couldn't cut the mustard. So wasn't a provider, and she dipped out. So
Yeah.
she's on the right path now.
Hallelujah.
So it's a very subjective number, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think we
that's
all
kinda
have it
what I was
under
thinking,
double
too.
digits. Like, I don't think you can go over the double digit marker at the very most.
Yeah. One every year is crazy. That's insane.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with that.
9?
No, not for
It's under
me.
double digits. That was just the.
No, I'm saying you gotta
the
be under
condition
double
there.
digits.
Yeah, that was under. 9.
Well, then, but you would be the 10th, so I feel like it's got to be 8 at the very maximum. And I'm
Oh,
saying even
Hang
like
on, so
long
you-
term,
hang on,
like
you
we're
did
taking
just move
this.
the goalposts because you said
Well,
under,
I'm just
not under
saying-
double digits.
Think
Now you're
about it
saying
from
that you'd
this
be the double
perspective.
digits.
Think about it from this perspective. Imagine in your mind that your woman that you want to fall in love with has slept with 8 different dicks. Just
Over how long?
okay,
just picture
shit.
those
I was
actions
gonna
out.
go here. But
no.
But-
You're
Well,
like,
and
But see,
I
you can
go
do that
here,
with
too,
one,
because that's what I was thinking about so hard.
I was gonna
because,
go
like,
way worse with it. But
So hard is crazy. I told you to stay out of this, Dark. You're saying bad words.
that wasn't a bad word.
You're like, I wanted to talk about this so hard.
It's not a bad word.
I'm
And
just
In
joking.
this context, it is.
Fucking goddamn it! I had a point and you distract me.
Yeah. Hey, you set yourself up for that one.
No, I was just gonna say though. I mean,
See, that first word, like you said, you got lost that.
Well, hold on. Because like,
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I don't want to be crass, but Junkle, is that like
Huh?
I mean, the obvious question is that a save a hoe question.
No, there
I mean, I
shall
don't
not
know
be
your
any
shit.
save
You know what I mean?
saving of any hose. No, thank you.
Okay, I was just curious because it kind of
I'd
is
agree
like
with that.
you're kind of gearing that like it doesn't matter, but at the same time, I don't think it matters as long as the person is
Clean. STD free.
fuck. I don't know how to finish that sentence.
I guess I just want to make a clarification. What you
By the
were
way,
saying to me,
420
Hugh, is that
Yes,
I
sir.
was referring to a whole lifetime, and I don't think you want to make it to double digits, so that's why I adjusted.
Okay, that's fair. Yep.
Yeah.
But,
But-
isn't
but
forgiveness
I wouldn't-
like, as a Christian like a super important thing? So like, it's
Well, for sure, but that's the thing is like as Jungle said, like even if you wanted to go over, one, is kind of like that's already too much if you want to break it down to the most severe degree. But I think there is a grace period where you can give a few. But I definitely agree with Jungle. I'm just saying that would be the maximum where I'd be. She would have to hit every mark before I just been like, okay, I could see this being, and it's a lifetime thing, and maybe I met her even later. But in that time frame of where we're talking about, yeah, if she was hitting 8 by that point, yeah, I wouldn't even consider her.
You meet your love of your life at 40, and she's got a 9 body count.
Well,
Yeah, I don't
see,
think
I'm
that's
41 and single, so like that's why I'm like hesitating. Where it's like,
Shut up.
at what point do I? But also, yeah, I'll shut up. Sorry.
This begs the question.
But surely there's a lot of that's a lot of forgiveness there as well, yeah.
Should we
For sure,
overlook
for
their
sure.
Also, not
transgressions?
sorry, Jungle. I'm not going to shut up.
That's fair. Should we overlook their transgressions and look into their soul?
I think that's part of it.
Give me those glasses.
That's
Well, like the key
You
reason
should-
why this gets brought up is like this whole aspect of like when you're talking about relationship, like it always takes two to tango, but the main thing in question is like her commitment. And if she's telling you that like once every year, like to give the whole like I think it was like 18 to 28 is like the region,
Yeah.
and if she's averaging one new guy each year, then you've to kind of put in perspective that like okay, like a year later she could feel completely different about it.
That's
About
true.
me, about this relationship, about this vision that we're building. So in terms
That
of
can
like
come with-
commitment,
Can you
Okay,
blame her
what?
for the feminist like movement? Because I mean, this is all orchestrated, right? The way the high body count came to even be, right? So
yeah, but it's not like it like women didn't have high body counts until feminism came along. We can go back and we can reference the Bible where even in Proverbs it's talking about like these loose women and all this kind of stuff. Prostitute as is commonly referred to like this particular kind of stories and all that stuff about like prostitution and like they were kind of like Habibi get the rocks, like that was their kind of whole thing with it, like because in terms of the mere character of like having such reverence for the marriage, that for women to be sleeping around, it's like that's not going to be conducive to that kind of aspect or ideal that we should orientate ourselves towards. So to get back to the main kind of like aspect of this, it's quite clear that like prostitution, high body counts, all this stuff would like ruin the woman's soul, because to get to that fundamental key thing of like the commitment to like that lifelong vision, a woman that would literally like hop on the cock carousel, as they would say, is not really kind of like in the headspace of actually building something for the future or like executing a vision. You know what I mean? So like as a guy, even if you just come at it from a pure kind of like business perspective, like why would I go into partnership with someone who the very next day or a year later could be like, I don't believe in this vision anymore and I'm off my own way?
well, I would
This is talk about
would
this
hold
rock
on. I would
situation.
hope,
Shaming has been thrown out the window.
but this is why the bacon theory is so good, right? Because like if you go on a date with her, right, and you buy it, and you're just hanging out in the car, you buy her a Baconator, you get yourself a Baconator, and she doesn't get like butthurt about how like not fancy that date was, and you get to know somebody, right? This is the Baconator theory, but wouldn't that kind of apply to this? Right? I mean, because
Put it down, Darth.
I mean, if she's willing to go get a Baconator with you, and she's not butthurt, I mean, obviously, we're also gonna, be token up on the way. And she's totally down with like, of course, I want to get to
Well,
know you, want to talk to you.
How many
Sitting
guys
here.
can afford the Baconator though? That's the thing.
Oh, they're only $9.99 actually.
Exactly.
So
Only
$20.
$9.99.
But like, if she has a high body count and she's willing to go on a date with some she genuinely likes and doesn't complain about it just being, because I mean, wouldn't it be implied that somebody with a high body count would probably be like fishing for dates, high class shit, and I take her to get a Baconator, and she sits there, we listen to music, podcast, Teriak. Have fun eating baconators. It kind of tells me
Well,
more
now you're
about a
talking
character,
about
right?
well, now you're talking about expectations because then you could also put in the rule like,
Jack, what
would
have you
you
done
date a
here?
girl? Would you date a girl that's only dated 3 guys, but every single one of those guys were super fucking rich and beyond any money that you could make? But
Thought
and
about
like
that.
that would be her idea of seeing things is the perspective of the men she's dated in the past, and then uses that against you every step of the
All
way
right,
of the
we could even
relationship.
go as far as to say this is like the highest porn star, or whatever, hottest chick, because we're going with high body count.
Well,
here,
yeah.
right?
Let me enter into the fold here, Darth, because
Mhm.
and again, correct me if I'm wrong here in terms of like the steel man I'm putting forward. Like you're kind of like saying that like, well, like taking her on, let's say like the cheap day, should expose out whether or not she's all about like the materialistic lifestyle and all this kind of
Yep.
stuff, or kind of like and to Jungle's point of like looking at her soul, not necessarily about like a raw number per se. But like my counter to that would be the Nala Ray card, where it's like she'll say the script, she'll say she's Christian, she'll say she's all these things, but she also has this questionable past.
Oh, that's a deep cut, Teriak.
Yeah,
Mm,
I would say
think I
that's a
would be
no go.
I would know within a baconator, though.
I don't even think she's
Which
worth the
goes to
baconator.
Jungle's point
I'm
was
willing to
that
throw that out there.
when we're both balls
Making me
deep
hungry.
in a baconator, that's when you see somebody's true self. And so, like, maybe, I mean, I wouldn't be great. I'm definitely not for high body count. But when it comes to looking at a soul, cheap date, sitting in a car, getting high as shit, although that could, you don't have to get high as shit, but I would be.
I think we know that.
I don't
Darth.
know. I'm not convinced. I'm not. I don't have enough evidence put forward from this Baconator theory, Dart, to remain convinced. Because a certain aspect to it, like the Nala Ray test, would be like what I'd try to drill down on. Even if she has a low body count on the stuff, if she spent a significant amount of her life, like taking the feminine or drinking the feminist Kool-Aid. Even that alone, given a small like a small enough body count, let's say like only 2 bodies or whatever, you're still kind of like they're in that kind of mindset or that like muscle memory, for lack of a better word, or mental memory of kind of like automatically defaulting down to well, equality is like the presupposition here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm too nice.
Because like this key aspect of like it was kind of mentioned before, it's like, oh, like what happens like to the women that like drank the feminist Kool-Aid. Well, to me, like that aspect of the behavior would tell me it's like, well, what's to stop the sisterhood coming back with a new trendy talking point and then convincing her like this whole thing of like submission to your husband, it is a pretty big deal, and it might sound like a lot to a lot of people, but when you fundamentally break it down, what
So-
else is going to stop the woman going off with the sisterhood?
So are those people just like obsolete then?
Not obsolete per se, but in terms of like if that's who you're dealing with, if that's like something to drill down towards, something to convince her in terms of like it's a certain aspect that would ruin a woman for the marriage if she goes along with the sisterhood, and like that's a fundamental flaw to the soul. She's practicing that like democracy thing of like, well, this is what the popular opinion is, we should go with the popular opinion. You know what I mean?
Sort of, but I still think it comes down to forgiveness, though, right? To an extent.
Yeah, so then how would you be able to determine whether or not, like, let's say a Nala Ray type character is worthy of forgiveness?
If she ate a baconator with me in my car? No, but like for real, I don't know.
Well, you have to put her through the trials, don't you?
And what would be the trials? Trials and tribulations, gentlemen.
Yes, correct. Yeah, the trials of I guess you have to sacrifice your need and your want to actually see if
A Ninja Warrior obstacle course.
That's gonna separate them for sure.
I don't think we should be choosing our women based on physical challenges. Let's be real.
I agree, but I also am struggling with the forgiveness idea.
Like, if a woman does have a high body count, like it stands to reason. Like what do we do with these women
Yes,
that have
it
the high
stands
body
to
count?
reason, but not everything is reason when it comes to emotion. And now I sound like a liberal.
Well, the answer is simple, man. You put them through a logic and reason and competency test. If they are,
Yeah,
they don't pass, they got to go, bro.
there you go. No vote.
Spin that wheel, baby.
Bez says, spin that motherfucking wheel. I was trying to drop you hints and everything. Like, does it stand to reason? You know what I'm saying, boys? I tried to give you hints. It is what it is. We're going to spin that wheel. Let's get to the next prompt. Ladies and gentlemen, do we agree or disagree? Real men lead and women should follow. Agree
Yeah,
or disagree?
Spin the
and
wheel,
why?
bro. We already know what the fuck this is about.
Just so Shante knows, that's called a prescription right there, Shante.
Women secretly want to be dominated by strong men.
It's not a secret.
No, they pretend. So it is a secret.
It's pretending it's.
Well, what do you mean by dominated?
Hold on.
What
That's
does dominated mean?
definitionally not true.
What does dominated mean?
Hold on. Jungle
That
Sounds like
fucked
union
himself.
talk to me, boys.
Whoa.
It's not secret if everybody knows. Plus, you said a different word. What'd you say, Jungle? Can you repeat that for me?
I forgot what I said. I'm sorry.
Damn, I wanted to give you pushback on that because you did contradict yourself.
Oh, they pretend.
Yeah, that's not a secret.
Of course it is.
Wait, they pretend they want to be dominated, or they pretend they don't want to be dominated?
They pretend they don't.
Well, is
put on the
pretending a
mask,
secret?
remember?
Because these are two different words that have two different definitions.
Well, they do, but they are very closely.
Is
correlated.
pretending secret?
Yes.
Is it?
Because no one else knows what you're pretending. What the truth is.
Does
They only
dominated
see what
mean
you're
led?
pretending to be.
What does dominated mean? Like, where is the threshold of dominated?
Where's the threshold of secrecy and pretending?
We can get to that, but like, what's the threshold of dominated? Does it just mean led? Because I mean, I don't think that's a secret.
Women like to be told what to do sometimes.
Is that domination?
In one sense, yeah.
And in one sense, no.
Well, there is a sexual
Wasn't it-
type thing. It's called domination. Not. That's not what I'm talking
Oh,
about.
we all know.
Yeah,
where
so that's
at
why I'm trying to
with
get a understanding of what dominated means. Like, where does the
Like tell them what to do, and
that's
give
just
them
being
direction.
led, isn't it? I think we already answered this question.
No, tell them what
Jungle
to do.
already answered this question by spinning the wheel, didn't he?
Huh?
That sounds like he's trying to run away from the prompt, boys. What do we say about that? We say,
Not
boo
that.
this man.
Yeah, boo
Booming.
this man. Weed's not
Oh,
a
wait.
drug.
Somebody,
Boo. And ladies and gentlemen, we got a guest backstage. Let me introduce
We
him.
bring in the studio this morning one of the gay rights activists, Mr. Should I call you Mr.?
Mr. JS, the illustrious JS. Welcome to the show.
Holy shit!
What up?
urban adventurer.
Congrats, Teriak.
Thank you
Hello,
very kindly,
JS.
sir.
I just want to say congrats and hang out for a little while.
My man.
You came in at the best part. Not that it's not going to get better. Sorry. Wheel of Madness
Well,
is my shit.
We do have calls to spin the wheel, but like I said, like it's $10 to spin. Otherwise, it's up to Jungle as well because he done with the massive donation as well. But the current one's talking about like this whole kind of like aspect of like the feminine nature actually wanting like the dominant man to show up and to lead them and all this kind of shit. JS, how would you feel about this?
This one, women secretly want to be dominated by strong men. Yeah.
How is it a secret, though?
It's not really secret. Well, I think it is secret because openly they want the sensitive, emotionally available man, but they don't really want that.
I can explain how it could be a secret. It could be a secret not to the men, because obviously us guys know that they're trying to make it as a secret, but to the sisterhood of women. Because if you realize that most of all women want to be dominated by a man, they just don't want to admit to their other sisterhood that they want that because that would mean women shouldn't and can't dominate over men.
Well, could it be they're a little bit embarrassed by it, but they really want it?
Well, I mean, what's there to be embarrassed about? There's nothing they could do about it. If you really think about it, even in the aspect of sex, a woman cannot. I mean, I guess if she was wearing a strap on, but let's not talk about that. But a man is always dominating a woman in sex, no matter how the way you look at it, because he's taking, she's giving. Even if you look at it in a consent way, it's still that way. That's still the way I see it.
Ooh, I can argue the other way. Women present the mystery because of the domination by strong men, which fuels men to be strong.
Can somebody tell me what emotionally available means?
No.
Because I see it on Facebook dating, and all these girls are like, I want an emotionally available man. I don't know what that means.
You can't be, what was that prompt there a minute ago? Toxic. JS. You cannot be toxic. You got to be like, I love you. You're so pretty. You make my heart sing.
And
is that emotionally available or just being nice?
I'm not that nice.
Fair enough, man.
You're like, bitch, get over here. Make me a sandwich.
Does it mean like being a shoulder to cry on?
Yeah.
Like,
that's like, you know yourself. You're in touch with your inner feelings.
Yeah, come here. You can let it out on the shoulder. All right.
Yeah.
Get the fuck back over there and do your thing. All right.
And then they can cry on you about their past boyfriend.
Okay, so the women want an emotionally available guy, and the guys want a sexually available woman.
Yeah.
As long as you reciprocate.
When a woman says she wants you to be emotionally available, what she wants to do is like to sit down and for you to basically sit there and listen to like any fucking thought that comes out of her head. To sit there and listen to the complete prattle and all this kind of shit that comes out of their mouth, and then to show her support. Yeah, and not just nod your head, because then you might not be listening. You have to make sure that you prove that you listen. Yeah.
Every couple of minutes, like, what did I just say? And you have to be able to repeat it back to them.
Yeah.
Damn. Well,
sounds like a lot of work.
That's tough.
Because like my whole thing, and again, like I said, not a lot of people agree with this position, but soon they will agree with this position. But this is my thoughts.
I just had a question. Does Glenn and the girl with the big eyes have a thing going on or something, or what's going on here?
Lads, women should be seen, not heard. Do we agree with this? So I think it could actually turn into a positive thing for humanity if we just all agree that collectively should be seen but not heard. It gets rid of this whole like emotional intelligence, apparently what they talk about. This whole thing of like listening to like her problems and all this kind of shit.
Welcome in, JS. Good to see you, brother.
Yep. Hey, that's me.
Huh?
With the banana.
Oh, shit.
He's got better teeth than me.
Oh, that burnt.
Well, anyway, everybody just sit here quietly. What's going on?
Yeah, did
I'm
Terry
gonna
ask
spin.
your question?
Is there a wheel spin?
Yeah,
So spin that wheel. Just let's keep it going, boys. Let's keep it going.
Is this
And I want an actual case present for this, gentlemen. Patriarchy actually protects women. What's your best sales pitch?
The draft.
Patriarchy actually protects women? I mean, the police force, the military,
Yeah.
Bouncers at a
Force?
club.
Force.
Men on the
You
street.
can answer this question with one word. Force. Yes.
But what about the fuck what you call it, like the wife beaters out there? What about Jack the Ripper?
Yes.
What about all
Yeah,
these
they're
men
still
that
very
hurt women?
Equalized by force.
They're very.
Shout out the
Yes.
wife beater.
He was a prostitute. Yeah. I won't
Well, you can
finish
always
that.
use the Titanic argument: women and children first by default. As Stillborn would say.
Well, just because you could think of an example of where men in leadership don't protect women doesn't mean that they don't usually. So there could be some guys who are douchebags who
Outliers exist.
beat
Yeah,
their
there's always
wives.
that one guy. Yeah, 100%.
You mean the excluded middle?
But then when she calls the cops on him, it's
Mhm.
going to be more a higher level of the patriarchy that's going to show up to take him to jail. So then the patriarchy is still protecting her.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
there's female cops as well. There's female judges.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and the male cops protect them.
I don't know. I've seen a lot of videos of female cops not doing a good job.
Mm-hmm.
Me too.
Just
I
not
watch
strong
that shit a
enough, not
lot.
built for it.
Dude's just like run in circles around him and then run away.
I saw one the other day where like a female cop tased the male cop that was actually some doing it, dude.
Wait, she was trying to tase the person he was like holding down, and she hit the cop
Cop,
instead.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Of course.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you missed our women driving video earlier. That
Yeah.
says it all.
Oh god.
Damn.
Hey, Teriak, Abe asked a pretty cool question in the chat there. He's asked it a few times, and you're yet to identify.
Oh, well, my bad. Wait, what, Tarek? That is never what it's mean by my instructions, or the who of these men has a long-term relationships? Okay, gentlemen, your longest relationship. I'll start off the bow. Mine was about 7 years. It wasn't
Damn.
married.
I'm currently been married for about 13 years.
Lucky 13 on the
Yeah, I started in 1980 something. I won't give you the exact year. I've been married to the same woman the whole time.
Can
She's
you,
a good
can you
woman.
tell us, was it early, mid, or late 80s?
Go mid.
But
Okay.
even if I wasn't,
About 40 years.
or I had never been in a long-term relationship, that doesn't mean anything. That's like an appeal to authority.
Oh, he's measuring
Oh,
his. He's measuring his
just
here.
gauging
Is
the
there an order
feedback
to
of
who's
people on
answering
panel.
when?
All right.
Okay,
Um,
so Jay, yeah, go ahead, Jack.
mine was 5 years, and I wasn't married.
5 years. Okay.
Yeah.
Dogs.
15.
15. Okay. Like JS gave his bullshit.
Seriously,
answer.
mine is like 4 years.
4 years. Okay. Alfred.
You pulled a Teriak.
First one to fall asleep.
He pulled the
He's at
tag.
work.
He's unmuting his mic, so he's
Oh.
definitely there. Okay, he's just dropped off the panel. He's run away from the question.
He'll
Okay.
probably reconnect.
You
Emotionally stimulated.
7 years. I'm getting married in December.
Hey,
Congrats.
Right, yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
and
You're
Darth,
gonna love
how
it.
long?
Darth longest was 3.5 years. But it's pretty fucking heavy.
I
But
guess
you never
Jesus
know.
could never tell us about relationships.
It's infinite.
I sense a bit of sarcasm right there,
Paul,
JS.
can you tell us anything about a relationship?
Halfwood is back. What's your answer, Halfwood? Longest relationship?
He needs to advance his technology. Address it.
Ain't a quinky dink that technology just like goes out. It's doing as like the key questions come up. Halfwood, you there?
Coinky dink.
I knew as soon as I said Jesus, he was going to say that. That's why I said Paul afterwards.
You're as perfect as Jesus. Is that what you're saying, JS?
No.
Incroyable.
But I've
Okay.
also never murdered somebody, and Paul did, so.
Well, my 5-year anniversary will be in 12 days.
Congratulations, sir.
Thank you.
They go by fast, don't they?
They do.
Not
That's
fast
for sure.
enough. It's been a long 5 years for them.
Well, the first
Can y'all hear
I'll take the first few years.
And
y'all hear me now?
Jungle has a picture with me and my leprechaun missus past 7 years. Incroyable. Incroyable.
Is that the 7
But we-
years?
Can y'all hear me now?
Yep, that's 7 year. Yeah, Halfwood. What's your what?
Unfortunately, we can.
You on the
Uh,
bus?
yeah, it was about 6 years in high school. I dated a girl. Well, it was from middle school to high school, but I dated her for about almost 7 years. But the recent one was about almost 4 years. I had a kid with her, and we almost got married. We were engaged.
Okay, interesting. And this is, I think that, and again, correct me if I'm wrong, Abe. So let me know if I'm going off course here. But I think this is what Abe wanted to then follow through with is, gentlemen, if you haven't done well with women, then like, why should we trust your answers?
Because the woman could have been a hooch.
Because smart people don't make appeals to authority. So you wouldn't say just because you're not a woman, you're not allowed to have an opinion on abortion. Just because you never played in the NFL means you can't say that a quarterback messed up when he fumbled the ball when he's going for the touchdown. That's retarded.
Well, for
That's
JS,
true, too.
divorce ain't cheap.
That's true. It's
I
not
could have been in
usually-
that same. I could have been in that same predicament and paying alimony right now.
Hold
but
up.
I mean,
Hold up.
I'm kind of
I
glad I'm
never
just
said I
paying
didn't
child
do
support.
well with women.
What?
I don't get what Abe says there. If you haven't done well with women, then your answer.
Well,
Yeah,
I
did
think
well.
he.
I don't get it.
I think that's why he was asking the long-term perspective, is he's trying to gauge like how many years can you be consistent, and that way you know them through that.
Mm-hmm.
To put it bluntly, if you failed building rockets before, why should I trust you to build one for me right now?
Because I have potential.
Every rocket
ride
that
in a
was
rocket?
successful took some failures to get to the success.
Why is Abe riding rockets?
Well, hold on.
Hold up. Pause.
Hold up.
How
I
many
haven't-
planes did the Wright brothers crash before they got one that flew?
Exactly. And you were trusted to build one that was going to fail, but you have to fail in order to make a good one, right?
Abe's that guy in Armageddon.
Get up
that
here,
sits
Abe.
on
You're
the
sounding
nuclear
like a
weapon.
damn feminist in the chat.
Exactly.
He said he was with his wife, Gaming.
Oh, shit.
No, he's making me sound like a feminist.
You're just high. We
Making
can
you
get
sound
that.
like a baconator.
I'm actually not that high right now.
Well, get there.
He's a multitasker.
Spin the wheel.
Spin that motherfucking wheel, gentlemen. Feminism has completely destroyed modern dating. Agree or disagree?
100%. 100%.
Hold up. You can't say completely.
No, only
though.
Sith dealing absolute.
No, I'm blaming feminism for
That is
everything that goes wrong in the
absolute-
world.
Sith are base, though.
Yeah, but they fuck up when they deal with absolutes. It's 100%. He said 100%. That's an absolute.
Well, look at every aspect for dating at this day in modern era. Like even online dating, I felt like was kind of more of a feminist creation itself because it allows women to nitpick categories of men for what they see fit for their eyes, even though that guy probably isn't going to like them to begin with.
What's the most popular dating app or site or whatever you're using
Nowadays? Probably none of them. Back when they all started, it was like Tinder for the longest time, but now they're all just money scams.
That's true.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of scam shit out there now, from what I hear.
So there's no legit. Not all of them. I would say the ones that are more on the lines of actually trying to get a relationship started for people and their values and virtues and stuff would be like Christian Mingle or Farmers Only. Like there's certain ones that find a specific demographic of people to get them together because that's the purpose that they're trying to do. These other ones, it's more like, let's match a bunch of random people together and hope for the best.
I could actually make an argument the other way to where like men have been weak as shit, which is kind of the reason feminism has destroyed dating, right? Like these soy boys and shit that don't go out and do anything, don't accomplish anything, can't even defend their own ideals, right?
Are you saying that was caused by feminism?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
It was
just
the
curious on-
pussification. It was the beginning of the pussification, in my opinion.
I was curious about Tinder. A woman founded that, by the way. That's why I asked.
Yep, that's part of feminism, 100%. The sexual liberation and all that.
Well, that and what most women should be looking for when dating, they get a lot of that from feminist ideology as well, because it's like, some of it is they're looking for like traditional bases of things, but they don't want to label it traditional because they try to act like they hate traditional when in reality most women want traditional values because it benefits them better.
But couldn't you argue though that feminism like has raised the standard for men beyond reality?
What is
I think it
bollocksology?
Yeah, so I just put the different wheel themes on the screen as well, just in case you guys want to move off the particular relationships and move on to something, let's say, more kind of like generic or whatever. So we have bollocksology, which is basically like an Irish way of saying
study
a
of
random
bullshit.
wheel. Got a lot of bullshit on the wheel, a lot of kind of just random topics kind of thrown together. We got dating, which is the one we're currently on. We got religion, we got philosophy, and we got politics as well. If you want a different theme, let me know. Like I said, I'm here to please, as they say.
I like the
Yeah, how much to change the wheel?
The bank is unlimited at this point.
He's got 2,000. Yeah.
Let's make it weird. Let's go 420. Can we do bollocksology?
Do bollocksology, baby. One sec. This one, like I said, it's multiple different interviews. It could go down. So one second. Let me play a quick little clip. Let me play a little bit of Pepe as well. This is the bollocksology wheel. Good luck, gentlemen.
You know, all the times I've seen that clip, I never looked in the background. I just now noticed it.
Jesus Christ, Jack.
It's multi-pronged, the memes is what we have here. Gentlemen, should we ban more relativists from holding public office?
I don't know how you could.
But should we?
Yeah,
That's the
exactly.
thing.
Yes, but how would you do it?
Yeah, I agree with that. I'd say yeah. I
Well,
do
first
see
we
it
have
as
to-
a difficult thing.
First of all, we have the yes or no, and then from that, we need to provide justification of why we should or should not. You know what I mean, so it seems like most people are going to say yes, but the counter or the objection to it would be, why are we banning people for a particular belief or ideology they might hold? Is this not America? First Amendment, free speech, etc., etc.
I could take the opposition, I think. for about 30 seconds on this.
Here
What
we have
that
a
you
challenge,
say they
gentlemen.
should stay? Is that what you're saying?
It'll involve a baconator.
Although now it might. Am I supposed to start now? Okay, all right. Oh fuck! I had a point.
Oh.
I didn't even smoke yet.
If I believe in divine command
Then
theory,
I got
high, then I got high, then I got
No, I didn't even. I was thinking about like I should probably smoke right now, but
Go ahead, JS. Don't let them deter you. Say what you're gonna say.
Hold on. I remember now.
Damn it!
It's public service, right? Public office is a public service, correct? Like, shouldn't it?
Public office is a public service. Yeah.
Yeah, shouldn't it be? And therefore, fuck.
Service to people morally, is that what you're saying? Or service them relatively?
I would say serve them with an open mind, right?
Let it ride.
This is like pulling teeth. Dart,
Yeah.
let JS go. JS, what's your justification for banning these
Well,
motherfuckers?
first I have to figure out because I've argued with people about this before, but if I believe in divine command theory, which means whatever God says goes. So if God says wipe out that whole city, including men, women, children, that's good. If God says don't kill kids later, that's good. Don't kill kids. So my morals are relative to what God says, but God is an objective moral arbiter. So I would say that's still moral objectivity, but other people would say that that's moral relativity. If it's relative, then I would not ban those people from office.
But does God change?
No.
No.
It's not relative.
Exactly. That's why I would say it's still moral objectivity, but people would say it's because sometimes God says it's okay to do things and sometimes it's not okay to do those things.
Well, that would contradict himself.
No, that's not changing. That's like when a father tells their kid, don't drink my beer in the fridge. Don't drink my beer in the fridge. You can't drink my beer in the fridge. And then on the kid's 21st birthday, the dad grabs a beer and gives it to the kid and says, have a beer with me. The dad didn't change. Nothing changed. It's just there's a time and a place for everything.
Something did change. He became of age.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Right.
Wouldn't that be immoral though?
But that
like
means
the age that
the
you
moral
would be able to drink
arbiter,
the beer?
the dad didn't change. His rules didn't change. It's just the time and the place changed. So, but if that's moral relativity, then I would be fine with those people being in office. But ignoring all that, yeah, probably not. You don't want somebody whose morals are based off of time and place making your laws.
Well, yeah, because time and place. I mean, Hitler lived in a time and place, and I think that's probably something we don't want to go back to ever again.
I think this question would be if it was, should we ban moral subjectivists from office? Yes.
That, yeah.
Relativists. So
But
moral,
can you have moral subjectiveness? Though? It's almost an oxymoron.
say if slavery is legal in America, you're allowed to have a slave. If slavery is illegal in America, you're not allowed to have a slave. And it's moral relative to the laws, to the time, to the standards, to the people, to the place, to the culture. So maybe you could have moral relativists who are still moral people. Maybe.
Hold on, did you just pull an avarice right now?
Did I? What did I say? I don't know what. How's that? How's that pulling an avarice?
He doesn't know. He's just saying things.
I'm slow, man.
Give him just a minute. You'll really enjoy it.
A moral relativist would say, if I'm in a tribe where it's okay to eat people, then it's okay for me to eat people.
Okay, so isn't that heaven maxing?
That's where he was going with it. Okay.
I don't know how that's. I don't know. No.
Well, abortion is good because babies go to heaven.
Mm-hmm.
Is it relative?
Jungle's got. never mind.
Ju-
Jungle's got.
Just to give you guys a lifeline, right? The definition of a moral relativism is the philosophical belief that there are no absolute or universal moral standards. It argues that whether an action is right or wrong depends entirely on the cultural, societal, or personal feelings of the person evaluating it.
Yeah, my feelings.
I disagree
My
with the personal feelings of that. That would be subjectivity. Moral relativism would be time, place, culture, society, people, but personal feelings would be subjectivity. And that definition was from the Ethics Commission or something. That wasn't from like Oxford or.
Don't get me wrong. I think. Let me ask a question to Terry Eckrook. Didn't you have a debate on this?
Yeah,
he
did.
Yep.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
In which my opponent said that morality is both objective and subjective.
Yeah, completely contradictory.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't. Was that wasn't the one with Rob? That wasn't a no prep one.
No, this was back ages ago against Ghosty.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
A is B, but A cannot be B.
I don't know how it could be subjective and objective. Well, yeah, that.
Yeah, that'll work.
I'm
So, like,
piece that one together.
The key thing to pin this discussion down is like in terms of like where do we formulate our laws? Like why do we have laws in the first place? It has to be grounded in some sort of moral framework. Otherwise, how do we come up with the concept of justice without morality? Inextricably linked. You know what I mean? So we can't have people who are literally saying to your face like it's all relative, bro. Like this whole concept of right and wrong. Like, who knows? Maybe in 10 years' time, slavery might be moral.
Right.
You know what I mean? And
I think I would agree that you should ban them.
Well, isn't the real question, should we ban atheists from public office?
Well, the real question is how could, pragmatically, you couldn't do this because all they'd have to do is lie. So, yeah, I'm not a moral relativist. Like, how do you can't do like a brain scan. I guess you put them on a lie detector test or something.
You mentioned slavery. Aren't we all currently slaves to the tax?
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And see how finicky you can get where it's like, well, if we accept that as like definition of slavery, then technically we haven't outlawed slavery. And then all of a sudden we can provide justification of like why we need to increase the minimum wage. We need to make sure that no one's in wage slavery. Now the government has control over a lot more shit because of like that argumentation. To go about what JS is trying to pin down in terms of like you effectively have to get them to sign an affidavit, a sworn affidavit saying that there is such a thing as moral truths. The reason why you do this is you pin them down to they're no longer able to make these argumentations that are, well, it depends on the context, it depends on the culture we're talking about, it depends on this, because they've already signed up and agreed that there are moral truths.
Oh,
the
so you're
people
saying
that-
hold
Part of
them
your
to,
competency test, yeah?
Exactly.
but you're also saying hold them to perjury, right?
Yes.
I see what you're saying.
And yeah, moral relativity is bad because that's why you have like sexual tourism where the legal age of consent in America is whatever it is, 16 in some states, 18, whatever. But then you go to France where it's 14. It's immoral. I would never do anything with an underage girl while you're in America. But then you fly to France. Now 14 is legal. And it's like, okay, let's go find a 14-year-old. That would be moral relativity. That's no bueno.
How about we try to spin the wheel and see if we can get that is a hot dog a sandwich thing?
Let's spin that wheel, baby.
Everybody loves that one.
That's when it's gonna pop off. You know what I'm saying? Gentlemen, is war necessary?
Yes,
Oh,
spin the
God.
wheel. Spin the wheel
Yes.
again. Yes.
So,
Spin, you heard it, folks. Spin the wheel.
Without it.
That one went fast.
Damn, do we just get a forced topic on this? It's not VK.
Empathy is weakness. Like, shall I
Yes.
just force the topic
Yes,
at this stage?
Yes, spin the wheel. Yes, it is. Spin the wheel.
No, he says we're going to spin the wheel, so we're going to spin the wheel until we get it, boys. It goes with the memes to it as well. Is egalitarianism just envy with better PR?
Yeah, explain that and let's talk about it. Let's go. What the fuck is even egal, whatever that shit is?
Everybody's equal.
I know. I'm
Yes.
just messing with you guys.
It's a hell of a word.
Egalitarianism for those at
see
home.
it spelled out in front of me, it makes it look like it's just a gibberish word, but I know what the fuck it means. It's
Well,
crazy.
egalitarianism is like trying to convince everybody that hot dogs are sandwiches.
Just envy with better PR.
Wow.
But I'm the PR. But I'm not convincing
Unbelievable,
people
Darth.
that-
Unbelievable. So there's basically two systems or flows of thought where it's like meritocracy and egalitarianism. Egalitarianism would say, no, we're all equal, or we should strive to treating everybody equal. Whereas meritocracy would say, no, we should judge people based on their actions and their accomplishments and their merit.
I don't know if
Sounds
it's just
racist.
envy with better PR, because the idea of egalitarianism is elites pushing that on the population, convincing the population that everybody should be equal, but then they don't be equal. Like in Marxism, and whenever they try this egalitarian stuff, they just destroy the middle class, make everybody poor, but then the elites are still elite, and they're telling you need an egalitarianism, but nobody's equal to them. So I don't even know if it is that the people are envious of other people. I think it's that elites just want to control people.
Well, actually, wouldn't it be the have-nots and the haves?
Yeah, the bourgeoisie and the proletariat, but the elites still survive that. The top dogs stay at the top, and then the middle class and the poor meet in the middle, and they're all poor. Now everybody's poor. We're all equal, but we're all poor. We all have a job in a factory somewhere. We're all working, but we're all hungry.
But the rich people aren't like going for egalitarianism because
They're the ones who
then
push
they
it.
would. Well, they say they do, but I mean, there's still a whole bunch of have-nots, right?
Yeah, because they don't. That's why I'm saying it's just a trick to control people.
So
Is it a
PR
way
would
that
be
they,
yes, right?
they
PR.
pluck on that emotional heartstring, get you to start feeling envious of your neighbors?
Yeah, so it's like manufactured envy, or because people are naturally, envious of people who have more than them, but then they like manufacture. They make everybody envious, and there's always an oppressed class, and you'll never have as much as him because you're not a white man. You're oppressed because you're gay or black or minority or whatever.
There you got it.
Yeah,
Feminism.
so egalitarianism is
Right.
racist, is what JS is getting at.
What's racist?
Egalitarianism.
Everything's racist.
No, that's why I said the haves and the have-nots. It's the rich and the poor. It's not racist.
Well, it started as classism with the rich and the poor, but then they get racism, then they get sexism, then they get ableism, and it's always I can't do as good as you because I'm not the right race, I'm not the right sex, I'm not the right sexuality, I have mental illnesses or something.
That's victimhood. That's totally different.
Yeah, and then once they convince you that you're a victim of the oppressor, and all we need is egalitarian, we should take
Yeah,
from the
poor
oppressor,
people. That's what I'm
redistribute
saying.
it.
The rich and the poor. That's all it is. It's that simple. It is Occam's razor on that. In my
So
opinion.
we're going to go with yes to this prompt.
We're going to go with yes, and we're going to spin that wheel, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Want to dig for that hot dog question.
I did not agree to that.
Or the soup.
This is something similar, at least. Is cereal just cold soup, gentlemen?
I was literally just looking at that one.
Not till it gets soggy.
Soup is not cold.
Agreed.
Cold soup
Maybe
is cold.
soup.
No, it's
Yeah,
cold
but-
if you let it get cold after it's hot. Look up
Wait,
the
if
Is
I
it still
have-
soup though?
If I have
Oh,
a hot
wait,
bowl
so
of
then does
chicken
it turn
noodle
to
soup,
cereal?
it's on the counter and gets cold.
It's
It's
not
not chicken
cereal.
noodle soup anymore.
No,
It's not cereal.
It's chicken noodle cereal.
The cereal just soup.
No. This answer
That
is
just
no.
fucked my entire position. It's chicken noodle cereal because it's cold.
The delineator is the what's the word? The substrate or the
liquid.
Soup uses
Definition-
broth.
Yes,
Cereal
and it
uses
has
milk.
to be warm. It's prepared warm. You have to prepare soup warm.
Well, I see your argument, JS, and I
Yeah.
raise you the counter off milk soup. Explain this phenomenon, milk soup.
I know. As soon as I said that, I was like, "What about cream of
Yeah.
chicken? Because you
Yeah.
put milk in
So like
that."
a hot chocolate.
Got 'em,
if
boys.
It was
We got
cold would be a soup. No, if it's hot.
Okay, is
it's
there
a soup.
cold soup?
Yeah, there is cold soup, I believe.
I'm pretty sure there
It goes
is.
back.
I'm
Yeah.
sending it to you now,
Yeah, but it was still
Darren.
prepared warm though. It's just cold after the fact.
Yeah, but
Definition
It's
of
cold,
soup is
cold
it's
soup
prepared-
recipes.
I just sent it
It's
to you.
still prepared warm.
Gazpacho is a famous Spanish chilled soup made with a blending of raw, ripe vegetables like tomatoes, cucumbers, bell peppers, and garlic, and olive oil with a bit of stale bread. There's also white gazpacho, varieties that use grapes, fennel, and almonds instead of tomatoes. There's Vichy sauce, a creamy French-inspired soup made from pureed leeks, onions, potatoes, cream, and chicken stock that is served chilled.
You
We also
love
have
It's served though. How's it prepared?
You're-
Are they
the
yeah,
heating
it's
it at
served
any
chilled.
point?
The last
It
one
is
Served
served
chilled, but are they heating it at any point?
Just skip to the last one. That's your lane.
Okay.
you probably have to render
fruit
the
soups.
leprechaun.
You have to heat it to-
There's gentlemen. There's fruit soups, which is sweeter, lighter soups made by blending seasonal fruits like watermelon, honeydew, or strawberries with mint or ginger.
Wait a minute. You just say watermelon?
I didn't.
I just had to
Y'all are looking.
Watermelon. He's related to watermelon.
Hold on. Y'all are looking past the fact
Oh,
that it
shit.
was soup as a word, and they had to delineate that it was cold because it originally was warm. Look up the definition of soup.
But
like,
they have
for
hot
fuck's sake.
cereal.
We
Like
just
oatmeal
did.
is basically hot cereal.
No, he
Yeah,
looked
what if
up
I
the
heat up my
definition.
cereal?
Then you're eating oatmeal.
Yeah, a hot chocolate would be.
That's
But
why
is
we have
oatmeal a
different
soup?
words for
Soup.
this. What the fuck
'Cause
do
it-
words
Is oatmeal
mean?
a soup?
Hot chocolate cereal?
Because it
Why would
involves
they say
solid
it's
grains
cold
floating in a
soup
liquid?
if
It
soup
fits the
isn't warm?
dictionary definition of a liquid dish. Therefore, it is a soup. Any solid grains floating in a liquid is a soup. Doesn't have to be hot or cold.
Yeah.
Wait,
There you
wait, what? Floating grains?
Yeah,
Solid
cereal.
grains floating
Cereal.
in a liquid.
Cereals are grains. There's
Cereal.
wheat,
These are
rice,
grains, Yeah.
oats, and barley. I think are the four
Fellas, eat your
cereals.
grains.
Bran.
You want to be like
But
And
you
did
have
you know
to-
corn is just the name of the most popular cereal in an area? So maize is actually in America our
Well,
most
that's a-
popular
that's a
cereal.
good
is
pull.
corn.
There's a good
porn is
pull.
also
maize.
another word for porn if you're on TikTok, just saying.
All right.
What the
Just to let you
Again,
know.
I want to get back to the point that soup is a word with a definition and cereal is a word with a definition.
Well, see, you
What are
have
those
to add
definitions?
stuff to cereal.
They
Like
got
you could
fruit
have
soup, they got
cereal.
cereal soup.
All right, answer
You could
me
just
this
have
one. Riddle
you could
me
just
this
have
one,
cereal
Batman.
by itself.
What is a word?
What's your point, Darth?
What is a word?
Yes. What is a
word?
word?
A word is a word.
That's hard to define.
It's a lot.
Bird, bird.
Word is a bunch
Words,
of a series
letters.
of letters put in an
Yeah.
order, recognizable and define. I don't know.
It's a language.
Yeah, you know, like sounds that
That's
you
like
make out of
super
your mouth
pedantic
that delineate the difference between the other ones.
Oh,
So,
roasted in the chat by Shantae.
Shante.
Mm-hmm.
Up there.
Gazpacho is a
Roasted.
fucking cold soup. It's never cooked, Dart. You do not
Boom,
appreciate the
roasted.
gazpacho.
It's
Why
still
you
not-
not appreciate
hold
the
on.
gazpacho?
It's not-
No, shut the fuck up.
Per favore! Perché rischiamo veramente di diventare il campo profughi d'Europa. Rischiamo veramente di essere lo zimbello del mondo. Ci stanno ridendo in faccia in tutto il mondo. Vi prego.
Yeah, like, what's
Ice-
That's Shantae. That's live footage from Shantae in the
you
chat.
still
Cursing
didn't
you out
make
in
the
Spanish.
point. It's not cereal.
That's not Spanish, you idiot.
Just because cold soup exists doesn't make it cereal. For fuck's sake.
Oh, just go argue with the mirror, bro. Spin the wheel.
Spin that motherfucking wheel, boys.
You have to add stuff to cereal, otherwise it just comes in a box. It doesn't come in a liquid.
I'm telling you, as soon as we get the hot dog one, it's
You can get
literally
soup
going
in
to
a
be World War
box.
III. I'm telling you. Is
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
selflessness self-hatred?
What the?
I
I have a
couldn't
take
see
on
a
that.
Christian
No.
saying that it
No,
is.
not at all.
Now, secularists can say yes, but any Christian could not say being selfless is hating oneself.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that. Yeah.
You love yourself more because you help others, despite.
Yeah, you could switch any other word out with self there, and it wouldn't make sense. If you're homeless, does that mean you hate houses? No.
Well, that means you want
Yeah.
one, probably.
Right.
Well, it's like, would homelessness be home hatred?
No.
How would you know? Maybe this dude just hates houses. That's why he's homeless.
I mean,
Yeah,
you
of
could
course.
be.
Yeah, he doesn't want to pay rent. He hates the idea of paying rent. He doesn't want to pay nothing to no one. He hates the house. Yeah, that
You
makes sense.
could be selfless and hate yourself, but that doesn't
Like,
mean
could
that
one
it's
make the
necessary.
Demonstrate
argument
that.
that this like suicidal empathy is like self-hatred?
Yeah, I wasn't gonna go that far, but my self-hatred leads me to selflessness because it makes me hate myself less being selfless.
Hey, real quick, Teriak, whenever you do the stream switch, do you also have to switch the StreamYard link, or is this staying the same?
Yeah, I was actually thinking about that myself as we come to the halfway point. I am going to have to post a new link, so I'll post it in the back chat and all that, and I'll post it in the chat as well. But we are going to have to switch up the links as well. I should have thought of that. I should have done one of the reusable studio links, but
Yeah.
it is what it is, folks. It is
Oh,
what
yeah,
it is.
because Miss.
I said we still got a little bit
She was
before
asking
then, but
if she could come on later after she finishes streaming. I said, yeah, he's going to be here for 24 hours, so sure.
100%, baby.
Still
It'll be
got,
pinned
like,
in the
an
chat
hour and
regardless.
40 minutes.
yeah.
I'm here for it, Teriak. You've given me so much love, and again, thank you
Oh
so
my
much.
God, quit
for,
simping,
you are
bro.
the shit. I'm not simping.
Bit
He's
of glazing
fucking
right
awesome.
there.
This is his big day, man.
Big day while you hold that red rock.
By the way, it's 420. No, literally, like I looked at my phone and turned to 420.
Always ready, baby. Appreciate you kindly, Darth.
It's
But,
420.
gentlemen, like-
What are you in 7th grade?
Yeah.
I'm doing high school.
Don't act like I don't watch your streams, fucking JS. How the fuck you think I got into this
Big
shit?
red thing and stick it up your. Mhm.
Hey, don't worry, Darth. I'll be in that and I'll be in that same position at DebateCon. They're gonna rag on me the whole time.
For sure. It's fine.
What's
I'm not
arcade,
backing down.
bro?
They can talk all the shit they want.
It's
That's
wrestling.
Yeah. I'm here to talk shit, too.
RKO, RK bro.
Yeah.
Like a play
Yeah, it was a
on.
tag team.
That's a bar.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, if you
Can we
know
spin
the
the wheel,
the
Johnny?
RKO. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
We need to get to this hot dog question. Like I said, it's going to be World War III.
Yeah,
I'm telling
ready
you,
for it.
it'll be brother versus brother. You know what I mean?
Wait,
Gentlemen,
wait, hold on.
Yeah, go ahead.
Can't I force my own topic?
Yeah, of course.
Well, then let's just fucking do it. Put it on
Let's
the
cut
screen.
straight. Let's cut straight to it, gentlemen.
He wants
One
to get
sec.
straight there.
Fucking hey, bro. We're gonna be spinning all
He
goddamn
said,
night.
"Fuck this, put it there."
It's a
Collectivism is the
marathon.
left
I want to
idea.
bring it out. Is a hot dog a sandwich, comrades? The main event.
Yeah, I'm on
Pretty
the
sure I spelled
negative.
sandwich
I'm
wrong,
on the
but fuck it.
100% absolutely it is side.
Oh my god!
That's
I
right.
can't believe he took the other side. I thought we'd all be agreeing.
No, anything between
Yeah,
two
I'm-
You just
Definitely
live in a
on the
world
negative.
where words have no meaning.
And I was flagging.
Is this a
Everything's gonna
1v1
fall
or a
apart.
total of-
Today.
What
I'm
is the
talking
word?
about. He went into some deep philosophy shit there earlier. I mean, deep.
You still haven't defined a word.
You
dude.
went off the damn rails. That's what you
No,
did.
so words matter. Hold on.
I am checking the record, and technically, you did not define what a word is, JS. That is official on the
I
record.
was working on it. It's complicated.
What is a word?
It's Millen.
A word is a collection of symbols with meanings that
Oh,
put
so you can only
together
read words? You can't
convey an idea, a definable idea or concept.
Google the word
What
word.
does-
Google the word word and then scroll to the bottom and click the last number of the link and read the last fucking entry on Google. See what that says.
The last number of the link.
Yeah, you know how it gives you like multiple pages? Go to
Yeah.
the last page and then the last entry.
Why would I want to look at the last?
Oh, wait.
That's
We're
what's
getting
really gonna tell us the
outside
truth.
research on this? This is like my favorite argument that I can do off the dome.
Well, when I click on 10, then at the bottom it has 11, 12, 13, 14. When I click on 14, it has 15, 16.
Well, let's just go to my favorite number. What's number 17, the last entry?
17.
Hold on. Now I got to go to 14. Okay. Page 17, the last entry. Turn off Copilot in Microsoft 365 apps.
Holy shit.
There it is, boys.
That's a word.
Wait a minute. This is
Wait,
that-
define Copilot.
That doesn't help me at
Like,
all.
I'm sitting here on pins and needles listening to Jungle like be like, here's
Fuck you,
like, here's
Kieran.
the-
Yeah,
it's like-
there's no fucking room for you, sir. Fuck you.
We got one spot left, technically, Karen. If you want to hop on board,
Yeah.
make sure you get your link. One
When
second.
the
we,
lady comes later, though, you got to go, bro.
It's reserved. It's reserved. Not for the Australians. We need more Americans on panels. We need more American representation, as they say.
And what
But-
the fuck are you doing here?
All right, I'm on the defense here. Like,
Hey, I'm the host. Someone's got to host it. You know what I'm saying? And like, I'm trying to be unbiased, so
We
we
need
have to make
American
sure that we get
hosts.
an Irish person to host it. You know what I'm
We
saying?
need an American.
I mean, we can technically kick him from his own fucking panel.
That is true.
It's
I
a
won't
murder,
bet.
baby. You know what I'm saying? I got the Joey Diaz clip. You know what I'm saying? I got
was
that
a
American spirit.
raccoon invasion.
oh wait, that's
There was
hold
a
on.
raccoon invasion.
Vintage,
I think
that's-
Chariot kicked
that's
off
a good
3 or 4
point.
times.
But
Remember?
to drill down, to
Some
the
guy
focus,
named
y'all
Diaz got his
motherfuckers,
ass
because
whooped tonight, by the way, so I wouldn't
you
use that.
are
word.
all you're all turn down like what's the definition of a word? A definition of a word is a unit of meaning. Okay, that is the definition of what a word is. A
What's the
unit of
definition
meaning.
of a unit?
Well, I would have went even
Time to
more
be
thoroughly
super
with the jungle.
pedantic.
What
We're
does-
going to go by every
Oh,
word in the
word
dictionary
describe
before we
it?
get to a word.
What
Yes,
does meaning
I am
mean?
not turning my
Totally do
camera
it.
on as much as you want me to. I can show you what he.
How do you ask what does meaning mean in the same sentence?
Exactly.
What is meaning defined as?
Yeah.
What does the word is mean? What the fuck are we talking about? A
Yeah.
hot dog is a
Proof.
sandwich, boys. I'm just got to say that.
No.
Hot dog
No.
isn't even the hot dog is
Sandwich
the
has two separate pieces of bread.
no the hot
Yep.
dog is just the cylindrical
Sliced.
meat.
It's
No.
the weenie.
Now, I can destroy you really quick. Can you go into a grocery store and buy a hot dog, abs in a bun?
Yeah.
Yes.
Is it still a hot dog?
Of
Yeah.
course. Of course
Is
it
that a sandwich without the bun?
Nope.
Exactly.
No.
I win. Thank you,
Oh.
ladies and gentlemen.
A hot dog can do two things at
But-
the same time.
The bun is called the hot dog bun. You put the
And
hot
it's-
dog in the hot dog
Wait,
bun.
what if the
Correct, not
hot dog?
sandwich.
But then why isn't it called a hot dog bun? When
Why
you
isn't
eat
it
it?
called a hot dog sandwich?
Yeah,
Gentlemen,
the hot dog
gentlemen,
is
one at a
bread.
time. One at a time. Otherwise, we'll have World War III. People will be launching nukes over this fucking panel. Okay, one at a time, gentlemen. We
What
need
if
to
a hot
think
dog
of
is
parliamentary.
frozen
Launch a
in
nuke. I'm just gonna
Alaska?
launch a
What the
sandwich.
fuck?
It's the same thing as a nuke.
If the hot dog is in Alaska
No,
and
it's
frozen,
not.
it's no longer a
See,
hot
this is the
dog. It's a
delineation
cold
of
dog.
words.
Is a cold dog a sandwich?
Everything's a sandwich.
Everything.
No, everything's not a sandwich.
I'm gonna take a
Especially
nice
when you go
sip of
to
this
Kate's-
sandwich right here.
Especially when you go to
You know you lost. You know you lost, Jess.
Well,
Just
you
admit
can't
you're
sip a
defeated.
sandwich. You can
I
only bite a
defeated you
sandwich.
real quick.
I was on your side, Darth.
No, you weren't. It's not a sandwich.
Who
I said
sips
it's
a
the meat.
sandwich?
And the,
That's what he's
No,
saying,
Sips
Darth.
a sandwich.
Why,
It's not a sandwich.
why is the hot dog bun joined to keep all the mustard and all the other shit you put on it? Chili, onions,
Those
or
are
whatever you put.
accoutrements. That's different.
Is a
Accoutrement? What?
sandwich? Is a sandwich an enclosure?
No.
Exactly.
open
Hot
sandwich,
dog is
there's
a
a-
sandwich.
No.
No, because a sandwich is not always enclosed.
Do you put meat on a sandwich?
You can.
All right, JS,
You can.
literally looked up the
Meat.
definition of
Darth,
what
I'm
is a
on your
word.
side here.
Anything within a bun or bread material is a sandwich.
Nope, that's not the definition of a sandwich.
Okay,
Co-
so if you
condiments
just put a
make
piece
the
of lettuce
sandwich.
between pieces of bread, you call that a sandwich? It's a lettuce sandwich, right? So this is a hot dog sandwich. It's the same concept.
Oh, hot dog sandwich.
Oh, sandwich.
It's
So
a
why
hot
do they
dog
not call it a
sandwich.
hot dog sandwich then?
If you have 2 pieces of Wonder Bread and you cut your hot dog in half and you lay it flat, that's a hot dog sandwich.
Yeah, exactly. So a hot dog can be a sandwich.
But
Just
it's
like
still
any
delineated
other
as
bread.
hot dog
It's
sandwich.
not
I
a
would say it
regular
has to be
vegetable Or
sliced.
fruit, as they do in Ireland. They put fruit in between bread and eat that fucking bullshit. So that's a sandwich to them.
What?
Fruity
Yeah,
pebble
but-
motherfuckers.
All right,
They
so
put cereal between bread and eat that. I've seen my
Who
kids
does?
do it.
Who does that?
Cereal soup can be inside of bread and become a sandwich.
Holy
How about-
shit.
Yeah, as long as the bread is sliced, yes.
If you
course.
roll up a piece of bologna, is that a hot dog?
No.
No, because it needs bread to become
that's
a sandwich.
baloney. That's what.
No,
the
we already
word-
established that you
bologna
can buy
dog.
hot dogs without bread. You can
No,
buy a
it
pack
has
of
to
hot
have
dogs.
a solid center. There are no
It's not
hollow.
even that.
There are no
It's-
hollow hot dogs.
It's the words.
Have you guys
Why
ever
would
had a
you
hot dog
Called
with peanut
different
butter?
Things
If you
it's the
put a
same
if
No.
you put a stick
good.
in the middle of a hot dog, is it still a hot dog?
It's a corn dog. Maybe.
But what if you're roasting it on
Well,
the fire naked? Is
Crazy.
it still a hot dog?
It's a roasted ass weenie.
Roasted weenie.
So I
Well,
mean,
that would defeat Dart's earlier thing that you can go into the shop and just buy hot dogs and not have to buy the bread. Because then if you were to pierce a hole through it, then it'd be a roasted weenie, which means that it wouldn't be a hot dog as a separate entity.
Well, yeah, it's words, right? Why would
So
we
the
have
bread makes the
delineation
bread
of
makes the
sounds?
sandwich. It needs the bread.
But wait. The logic there entails that when you buy those quote hot dogs out of the store, you usually buy them frozen or cold at least. So they're not hot dogs until you heat them up.
Is a burger a sandwich?
Mm-hmm.
So are we buying cold dogs
No,
from the grocery
it's a
stores
burger.
or what?
It's called a burger.
Well, no,
No,
but
It
I
has 2
think
pieces of bread or 3 or
it's
yeah.
Jungle has to
Don't try to
probably
convince me on
concede
the
that a
sliced bread.
burger is a sandwich, a taco is a sandwich,
100%.
No, you're missing the point.
a
Here.
Is a
taco is
panini
a
a
sandwich,
sandwich?
Yeah, there's actually legal precedent for that, believe it or not, JS.
a
this-
quesadilla is a sandwich.
All right,
Yep.
can you hear
Legally
the words?
So why don't they call them sandwiches? Just that's the part I don't get.
Because of their confrontation, they like to be different.
It may translate.
I
the
think there's a
sandwich.
reason for it.
Yeah, I'm sure there's some language somewhere that defines a hot dog as a sandwich instead.
You know how you recognize words when you read them, or like when somebody dictates them and you understand meaning from them?
No, I don't.
Well, when you
We
say a
making
hot
up our
dog,
own meanings here, bro. Get
that's
on the right
different than a
page.
sandwich.
But I can define it
Otherwise,
as
we
anything
wouldn't
I
have those
want
rules.
because it's subjective.
Based on
It's all
language? What?
When I go to the baseball game, I don't go, "Hey, get me a sandwich," or "Get me a hot dog sandwich." I just say, "Hey, give me a hot dog."
Yes, because
And what do they give you? Do they give you a hot dog in a bun, or do they just give you a hot dog?
Or do they bring
This
you a
is-
fucking
thi-
ham
thi-
and cheese sandwich?
This is
be
unbelievable.
hard to put
Americans don't
condiments
even
on a hot
know
dog.
their goddamn law, gentlemen. In May 2024, this is a recent ruling from the courts. Indiana, nonetheless, Indiana Judge
my
Craig
God.
Bobby concluded that tacos and burritos are Mexican-style sandwiches. In the case
What?
Quintana versus
Jesus.
Fort Wayne
Yeah.
Plan Commission,
When's it going
this
on?
decision was allowed as a restaurant, the famous taco, to operate under a zoning agreement that permitted only business selling made-to-order or Subway-style sandwiches, expanding the legal definition of a sandwich beyond American cuisine.
There it
Ladies
is,
and
boys.
gentlemen.
Yeah, so when the corrupt
Legal
government dictates
precedent.
something,
My own
we just
state.
accept
Hey,
it.
That's a
I'd
horrible
love to have
decision.
been on that jury.
That's a horrible decision because
My own
Prob-
state. My own
probably
state.
the reason they could sell sub sandwiches is because they're cold cuts and they're less likely to
I can't
you know,
argue
have
with that.
undercooked meat or something. Now these people are going to be cooking tacos with cooked meat, and if they don't cook it properly, people are going to get food poisoning because of the zoning.
Just like if you don't cook
Yeah,
hot dogs
I
properly.
don't
Yeah,
believe that.
Legal
so
precedent, baby.
I want the reason why there's the word hot dog and the word sandwich.
Also, burritos are not Mexican. That's an American thing.
Like, why wouldn't we not just call it the same fucking thing?
Okay, I sent you something, Teriak. I think I'm gonna have to concede to Darth on this one.
Okay, one sec.
Wait, what?
Yeah, based on the last thing we just established, tacos have a legal precedence. But hot
And
dogs,
who the fuck legislated that? Like, why is anybody
some
even
guy from
legislating
Indiana,
it?
apparently.
Apparently,
Got nothing
Indiana.
better.
My own
But I
state.
mean, that's
Jury in Indiana.
well, that's just
Sounds
because
like
somebody
had
hasn't
a
tried
vested
opening a
interest
hot
in
dog
making it a
stand.
sandwich.
They're actually the only state around here that's not legal weed, so that's probably why.
Well, gentlemen, let me read this. There is no single binding Supreme Court ruling. Oh my God, we need the Supreme Court to adjudicate this. Or federal statute that declares a hot dog is a sandwich. Instead, the classification comes down to state administrative rulings, tax codes, and famous judicial musings. And then the last part here, the FDA, the USDA, the United States Department of Agriculture generally defines closed-faced sandwiches as meat or poultry enclosed by two slices of bread on
There
the
you
top
go.
and bottom of a sliced bun.
Well, look at the Supreme
Because-
Court.
Buns aren't sliced.
Sorry.
Go
After
ahead.
this, read the 2018 Supreme Court one.
Okay.
keep going.
Because a
Oh.
hot dog is meat resting between two joined pieces of bread, this interpretation qualifies it as a sandwich or regulatory and labeling purposes. So it technically does qualify as a sandwich. You know what I'm saying? And in
What the
2018 as
hell's
well, to
going
read
on?
this off, the Supreme Court test, when asked on the Late Show with Stephen Colbert, oh, fuck's sake, JS. You know what I'm saying?
And listen to the next
Uh,
person they mentioned.
The late
Oh, yeah,
Justice
Ruth
Ruth
Bader
Bader Ginsburg weighed in on the debate. She determined that if a sandwich is defined as filling enclosed in bread, like an uncut sub, then a hot dog meets the criteria.
You see whose side?
Holy
Hold on.
shit.
We're agreeing with the
You guys
Democrats.
are agreeing with Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm changing my position right now. I changed my position.
Don't worry, Shannon, legal precedents. Legal precedents.
Unbelievable.
Nope, no, I'm off that train. I'm way off that train.
Y'all just a bunch of haters on the dog.
Some people
Dog
switch sides
deserves
there.
My whole
to be
argument.
called a sandwich.
I'm switching sides. I'm
Hold
switching
on,
sides.
hold on. I wanted to be noted. that Jungle forced this topic and conceded.
To get into that
I'm
big red
re-excited by
flavor of
truth. Judge Bader Ginsburg said it sided with me. I have to go with the lefty. I switched back. I'm
a
there
lefty
for it.
female, no less.
A feminist abortion activist. But she
Ladies and
says they're
gentlemen,
hot dogs or sandwiches, so it must be true.
No,
We do
I'm off
have
that shit.
A key. We do have a key opinion on this matter. Welcome to the panel, the gayest man in the village.
And well, guys, if I could still show you around, here is the biggest, gayest man in the world.
Welcome to the show, biggest, gayest man, Kieran Markin.
Hey,
what's up? What's up?
Stay muted, bro.
G'day, mate.
Jesus Christ.
I'm gonna stay muted.
What's up, you all?
Wait, what's Harfoot got up there? I need to see this.
It's a hot dog sandwich.
Did you just draw that?
It's a dick sandwich.
To be fair, you can make a hot dog into a sandwich.
10 minutes.
That's 3 hot dogs.
Holy crap.
Words have meaning.
Y'all never made a hot dog sandwich?
No, I was waiting for
like
someone
that.
to make that point. I totally cut them in half and put them on bread and shit with pieces of cheese. I've made
Nah,
hot
you
dog
gotta
sandwiches,
triple that bread.
but a hot dog sandwich is a hot dog sandwich. A hot dog absent a sandwich
So,
is still a hot dog.
I got a key question here for anybody that knows this. But is like pigs in a blanket? Would that be considered a
That's
sandwich?
pastry. That's pastry.
Would that be considered a sandwich though?
Well, us cultured folk
In
in,
blanket is not
in
a
the land of
pastry.
Ireland, we call that a sausage roll.
That's
That's
a hot
correct,
dog
yeah.
burrito.
But is
See
that a
how-
sandwich?
See how
So
there's
they got
like
pig in a
delineation
blanket,
of words
kolache,
here?
and a sausage roll. I like the word kolache more than
What if you
anything.
have a creamy pint of Guinness with it?
By the
That'd be a
way,
meal. That would make it a meal.
Kieran,
If
good
you-
to see you.
Yeah, good to see you, mate. If you just put butter between two bits, like if you just butter the bread and put it together, is that a sandwich?
Of course.
Yeah.
It's
Butter
about a
sandwich.
sandwich. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
No.
It's 2 pieces of bread with something in between.
But it's
2 pieces
No.
of
Hold on, I see what Kieran's saying, but it's butter absent the sandwich.
Yeah, just like a
Just
cold
butter,
dog is
not
absolutely
peanut
a
butter?
sandwich as well.
But if,
No, just butter. Like you normally put
Butter.
butter and then you put in some
Oh,
filling. I'm saying,
oh yeah, like
Yeah,
butter and
you
bread.
put
I've
butter on
made
your hot dog?
butter sandwich
No,
before.
that doesn't count as a sandwich.
why
Yeah.
not?
I
put butter on
disagree.
your hot
I've
dog?
eaten many a butter sandwiches.
Butter and ketchup hot dog.
You were just eating bread.
Butter was mustard or what?
With butter on it. I grew up poor, man.
Those struggle meals are real, dude. I get that.
2 pieces of bread, some mayonnaise, man. You gotta have something to sort of go down, you know, to make your stomach quit
Tomato
growling.
sandwich, bro.
Hey, tomato
Yeah, like
sounds
syrup.
good,
If you
though.
put syrup on a sandwich, would that be still a sandwich?
Oh,
Canadians
Just
do.
a scissor
Well,
sandwich.
that's French bread now.
Scissor sandwich, yeah.
I think you
Sidebar,
need at least
put
2
syrup on a
ingredients, like peanut
At
butter
least
and
2
jelly
ingredients?
sandwich.
Okay, because they're different things.
Yeah,
What about a
because if
ham
it was
sandwich?
just like mayonnaise and bread, that's just a mayonnaise. That's just mayonnaise bread.
ew.
I saw you swallow the damn bread.
That's not.
What if you toast it?
Wait, but that doesn't make any sense then, because then a grilled cheese wouldn't be a sandwich by your degree if you're just putting something between bread and it's not a sandwich.
Or a ham sandwich?
Good point.
Why do we have all these words about these things, right? If like they were all the same thing.
Well, you can make an ontological argument if you wanted to.
Go ahead, Kieran.
You could say that ontologically a sandwich and a hot dog have certain similarities, but ontologically they have a different purpose and different qualities, different strengths and different weaknesses. So,
What's the
for
purpose
example-
of a hot dog?
Well, it's a cultural thing. So in the same way that you could say men and women share some similarities, we have 2 arms, we have 2 legs, etc. We also have important.
So what do you call it? What do you call it if I wrap the hot dog with a flour tortilla instead of bread?
That'd be a
A
tortilla.
hot dog
It was
with a
something about
tortilla on
taco
it.
sandwich there a minute ago.
That's a
It's
hot
the
taco.
delineation of-
See, I think the wrapping. I think it's the wrapping that defines the ontology, right? So a hot dog bun has a different ontology to 2 pieces of bread, different ontology to a tortilla.
I like
That is the
JS's
same
answer,
thing.
hot taco.
No,
Why
it's
are we
like
talking about
I DM'd you, Terry.
oncology?
And gentlemen, we do have a change of topic.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you.
The next question is race race conscious. Yeah, it's flawed. It is what it's StreamYard.
Kieran just stays up there.
Well, it's like I can fix it. So it's give Kieran a break in terms of the FaceTime. Race consciousness admissions and hiring policies effectively rectify historical discrimination. Agree or disagree, gentlemen?
Well, I need
Can
to read this
someone
question 3
simplify
more
that for
times.
me? Someone simplify that for me.
Race conscious admissions and hiring processes. So like DEI, affirmative action, effectively fix
I see.
historical
Disagree.
discrimination.
Hardcore disagree.
So it's quotas.
It's like DEI and affirmative action fix historical racism.
Yeah,
That's what it's saying.
Yeah, I
No.
disagree with that as well.
So what did Martin Luther King even do, boys?
Nothing.
He was a socialist.
Nothing.
He
Oh,
liked
I think-
to
well, this
smack
is
his
it.
wife around a little bit.
This
I
is
don't
a
know.
question
Had a
for
dream.
Rose
Who
again.
knows then after that, man?
Well,
He has
Isn't
a
it-
dream.
Martin Luther
Isn't it-
King used to have the original Diddy parties.
Oh God.
Who did?
Martin
You were
Luther
at
King.
one of them, weren't you?
You got lessons from
Yeah,
Saul
yeah.
Alinsky on how to
Yeah, the files were released.
fabricate outrage.
The best kept secret in America. The files were released like last year or the year before.
Yeah, you attended one of them, didn't you, old man?
I'm a little too young for that, mate. I'll tell you the truth.
Really? I don't
Just a
think so.
little bit before my time. Yeah,
You're lying.
I'm not saying I wouldn't have.
That's an assertion.
I didn't. Right?
Whoa.
Attended what?
Timeless.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
What did you
No,
attend?
He said what?
No, I don't think you can rectify historical discrimination. It's in the past. You just do what you do today. Just be fair. Funny thing was, on a similar note, they tried this with the feminist thing about getting more women into workplaces, and so they decided to leave the names off the applications when they were being submitted, so they couldn't tell if the men or women were applying. Funny thing happened was that more men got the jobs.
But if I stole something from you and then I get caught and I get arrested, you would want me to pay restitution.
Yeah, but I haven't stolen anything from anybody.
So what I'm saying, if I stole something from you and I get caught, you would want me to pay restitution for what I stole.
I just want my shit back, yeah.
Well, the shit's already been sold to a pawn shop. It's gone.
Yeah, okay, then I want restitution, yeah.
But it happened in the past. Why should I have to pay you restitution? It happened in the past.
No. There's nobody alive.
We can't rectify it. It happened in the past.
There's nobody alive today who was there.
Okay.
I can still come after you because you did it. Why am I paying
devil's
restitution
advocate?
why am I paying restitution to some other guy who I didn't steal anything from and no one stole anything from him?
Yeah, and also this stuff in the question, it makes new historical discrimination or present discrimination,
and doesn't rectify historical.
Yeah.
Well, who was
Well,
that
don't
guy?
they-
No, sorry. go
Don't
on.
they think that nowadays, anyways? You know.
Think what?
Well, just that they think it still like exists to the extent to where they think there's this I don't know how I call it. Like, I don't know how.
Racism and discrimination. Is that what you
Yeah,
Here's something
yeah.
even more controversial, Jack.
Or here's another idea that's going to be very controversial. You could shut the fuck up.
Ah, shit, one sec. It won't let me change it. Fuck. All right. Should high schools push start times to 8:30 a.m.?
You're gonna
or
give me a
later?
seizure.
8:30. That's
Hey,
early.
we're here for 24 hours. Get used to it.
Most
think-
high schools start at 9, don't they?
To be completely honest, I feel like they should probably do it like Japan, where you go to school for like 3 hours, and you go home for like 3 hours, and then you go back to school for a few hours, and then you go back home, and that's the that's the rest of your day.
Well,
Usually a lot of those
the
people
German
walk
school
to the high
system is
school.
about half a day. They go to school at around 8 a.m. and get out by 12. Should we do that?
Straight
Half-days?
to the sweatshop.
I'm trying to
My
remember
kids
what
went to
time my
school in
school
Germany,
started.
all right?
Yeah,
I
don't
don't
most
feel
high
like
schools
my
start
school
at 9
started
o'clock?
that late.
When I was in high
My
school, we
school
had an
started
early
at
schedule and a
7:30.
late schedule. I think once you became a sophomore, you were on the late schedule. So the freshmen and the sophomores were on the early schedule. Juniors and seniors were on the late schedule. So we'd come in when you're older. You come in like 3 hours later, and you're only with them for half the day.
Yeah, so that's my question. Should we reduce the overall time that kids are in the classroom for better education, like cram it in faster or elongate, keep it as it is?
I would say
think-
later, personally,
think it-
because like I went to vocational school and it was like later in the day for me.
I think
but
it.
all the
Sorry.
jobs I had definitely went like I'm a closer. Like I
think
don't know
it'd be
how else
better
say that.
to rearrange the system so that they taught subjects in blocks. So for the first 6 to 8 weeks, you're studying mathematics, and then for the next block, you're studying English, or maybe 2 subjects, you know. But to have a day where you'll study 5 different subjects for 45 minutes, you're going from class to class. I think you could make an argument, just study English for a couple of months, and then
but you need PE in there to break it up.
Yeah. It's okay to have PE.
Should we reduce the number of teachers that kids go to in a day? Should we reduce it down to just one single teacher?
No,
I think you could reduce it. Yeah, I don't.
But you have to pay them a lot. You have to pay them a lot more.
So
They
I
would
think
be more specialized.
I think you have to look at
Yeah,
this.
exactly. Yeah.
I think you have to look at this in the way that, you know, there's like, if you did something to where maybe you did like months at a time where you had just the one teacher, maybe you had like PE that you balanced it with, that would be good. But the downside is, like, if you don't keep on top of those things, usually some people kind of lose the knowledge. So as they go into maybe like let's say the next school year, you would have to do that, or the next semester, like however you want to do it, the layout, you eventually maybe would forget everything you learned, because then you went to this class for this many months and this class for this many months.
Yeah, I think I would do
So-
the assessments. I would do the assessments after each block.
I don't think the time frame actually matters. You know what I mean? Because like I operate at different times. Teriak definitely operates at different times. It is structure, but 8 a.m. is where I'd be like, nah.
Well, I mean, like,
it's what works for you, which is something that should be pushed. I wouldn't say pushed, but I mean, you gotta have the structure initially, right? But come on, we can all agree, waking up at 8 a.m. sucks ass.
I mean, I think that's
8 a.m.
like,
8 a.m.'s a sleep-in, bro. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I sleep till then. That's why I'm like, fuck that shit.
well, in school you can adjust a lot more. You know, like I feel like 8:30,
But
like
would you
8
learn
even is
more?
pretty good.
Would you learn more if you were in like, I hate to say, god damn, this is gonna make me sound weird. Your circadian rhythm.
Would
Right?
you learn
That's
more
called
if you're
sleep.
circadian rhythm?
Yeah.
That's not a complete thought.
I did hear that some people.
Hey, you don't have one right now.
Well, like at the time
You
that
run
your
out.
brain operates at the best is when you should be schooled. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
making the homeschool argument.
Yeah, I've heard
eventually.
it claimed that some people are night people and some people are morning people. I
Right
know when
there,
I
yeah.
was my final year at high school, I'd fucked around for 12 years. I thought I may as well give it a proper crack on my final year. And I read that some people are morning people, they do better. And I tried it. And for the whole year, I was going to bed early and getting up at 4. And then I would do my homework in the morning before going to school. Then I'd go and do gym in the morning before that, and then at school, and then do my classes. And I found that worked out perfect for me. It was much better than staying up late at night and doing homework and then getting
I'm
up.
not arguing that structure isn't good. I'm just saying the time at which a person does that, though, right? Like, because 8:30 a.m. is like, it's,
So this question says push start times to 8:30 a.m. or later. Does that mean schools normally start at what, like 7?
Well,
they
that's what I
do in
don't
my
get.
day.
Like, high schools in
think-
Australia start at 9 o'clock.
Yeah, when I was high school, the early schedule was I think 8, and then the late schedule was like 11.
Yeah,
Well,
it was
high
either
school-
8 or 8:30 here, I think, or even
In high
earlier.
school, you're getting ready to get, you're training for a job more or less, right?
Exactly, yeah, the 9 to 5. Yeah, that's what kind of
Yeah.
what that's the idea of the 8:30, 9 o'clock starts to get you in the rhythm of the 9 to 5
Yeah.
sort of workforce.
Yeah. So this
It's
question is
also-
already like the norm.
Well, it's also so your parents can go to work 9 to 5 while you're at school.
no, I'm trying to make
Yeah,
the
like,
point
that's
that Tiny
the-
just said. Like,
I think
it
8 is a
starts
good
when you
time.
wanna, and it should be family
Yeah.
based. But
But
all four
that's
of 'em.
but
8
that's
or
what
9,
I'm
I
thinking
think,
is like,
is
how long are we wanting? Like, how long are these kids there? So like, eventually, like in a lot of these schools, you know, you got to have enough time where the custodial crew can clean up after the kids and not be like forced into the next day.
Mhm.
There's a lot of
Like
things you got
6
to
hours
consider.
max. 9 till 3.
Well,
It's like common.
other than the starting time and later in my school, when you became a senior, you had the choice if you had the right grade point average and all that stuff, you could either have the choice of get there at 8 and then you get out at 12, or get there at 12 and you're only there for till 3 o'clock.
Yeah. Usually they want them out before then, because you got after school activities you got to consider too.
Mm-hmm. But when you're homeschooled, it's based on your family's ethics, right? Because there are no ethics so much. Well, I wouldn't say there aren't any, but public schooling system is.
I had to do PDIP. PDIP was where we would go from 1 to 4, and we were in a separate part of the school so that we didn't have any association with other kids because we were like the problem kids.
Yeah,
they're basically just training us to get our GED.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
The new prompt is: should we require parents to obtain a specialized college degree before they can homeschool?
Not a college degree.
Maybe not a college,
degree.
but at least some kind of degree.
No,
or a test, something.
Certification?
It seems like an infringement.
Certification, probably, yeah. Something.
So basically, it would be a test, kind of like how they have basics for college, but it'd be for parents to homeschool their kids.
No, that's crazy.
Why? This is kind of some stuff most people probably should know.
Parental rights and education. I should be able to raise my kids and educate my kids however I want to. If I'm a dumb farmer and I want to raise my son to be a dumb farmer like me, he don't need to learn Pythagorean theorem.
I'm not really sure how it works with that. I'm not really sure how it works with everyone, but most of the homeschooling that I've seen with most of my friends is their parents had to go off of a homeschooling academic thing that was given to them by, it could be an online course, it could be from a school. Well,
Think about it.
It kind of already is, because you can't kind of avoid it.
I've thought about it a lot.
If you lay out of school too much, they're going to come and get you. You know, the truancy officer they used to call it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And that's, if the kid is skipping school, then, the parents send them off to school and they skip school, then they should get in trouble for truancy. But if I'm a parent and I'm raising my son and we're a farm family, and my son's going to follow after me, he's going to be one with his father and he's going to be the image of his father. I'm going to teach him everything I know, and he's going to take over the family business, and I'm going to leave him behind the house and the farm. He doesn't need to know why am I wasting time? Why does he need to learn a foreign language? Why does he need to learn algebra and stuff he's never going to use in his life? It's a waste of time.
I don't think they'd be teaching algebra at homeschool.
Now, if the kid wants to be different, he wants to go off and pursue studies in different fields and stuff, then he can do that.
I think in homeschool, it's a basic set of requirements for education.
Yeah.
I don't think it goes as high as algebra. It might, but I think that's based on the choice of where you want your kid to go. Like, they have to meet a certain requirement that reaches like a base for like high school graduating, and I think that's basically what they shoot for. I don't think it necessarily has to do with all the high end things for necessarily set for college.
Yeah, and even what Harfield was saying, there are guidelines for what most homeschool parents will have to that they follow off. But it's one thing to be able to just read it off and tell the kid what it is, but to have an actual understanding to be able to answer the questions, I think that's where the delineation comes in. And that's where I think there is some form of an actual understanding rather than just reading words and explaining it.
Yeah, and then there's two different types of parents that could homeschool. So one of my friends, when they did homeschooling with their mom, their mom would be like a teacher about 3 or 4 hours out of the day, or maybe even less than that. And they would do a specific course, only that one specific thing to get it crammed in. And then my other friend, they didn't do anything. Their mom did all the work for them so that they would get that passing grade for homeschooling so they wouldn't fail. And now look at them; they have no education base whatsoever on anything.
Well, wouldn't that fall into fraud though?
It would, but that happens a lot with a lot of homeschooling, because think about it. It's a parent that sees their kid struggling, and then some parents, there's two different parents. They'll either help their kid because they want them to be educated, or they'll be all like, well, my kid doesn't need to learn this. I'm just going to do it for them.
Do you
because this won't
regulate
affect them
trust
later on.
in parents, or do you like what's the
Well,
solution?
let me give an example. Let me just give an example, because like it seems though we're now kind of like refocusing the conversation, which I think is a valid point to be making. Like how much do we trust with the parents, and how much do we be cognizant of like the state coming in? So like to give you an example, like Dearborn, Michigan, for example, like do we want the parents of these particular individuals to choose?
That's a different problem.
Are we okay with those parents teaching their kids whatever they think is best?
Oh, I'd rather those people not be in America, but
They are, so
Well,
Yeah,
they're
I
already
still-
teach.
I
Hold
think
on, they're
parents should be
already
able to teach their
homeschooling.
kids
What are you
the way
talking
they
about?
wanna
They're
teach their kids.
indoctrinated.
I think there should just be a basic level that we have. I don't think we have to have it as a college degree type thing. But I think there
we
should be
really-
some type of basic level to it.
I think we really need to think about what infringement of freedom means. I think we've lost sight of this. You should be able to, in America, homeschool your kids. Now, I don't give a shit, kind of what they're doing in that video you just showed, but
you don't care
then-
about that?
no, I do care about it, but we kind of have to worry about the
Allahu Akbar.
Yeah,
Sorry, it's
fuck it.
just such a good
I don't
tune.
care
It's
about
just such a good tune.
So-
Sorry, go ahead.
So y'all would be
No, I don't care
so
about
Darth,
that.
you-
I was thinking about the other people and the loss of
So
life.
Darth,
You know what? They're,
you'd
you know
be
why
fine-
they're. Go ahead.
Go ahead, JS.
I was gonna say, you know why that they require parents to follow a certain curriculum when they're homeschooling their kids, and they require the kids to be able to pass a certain standardized test level. That's for state funding for the public schools. So the homeschool kids usually end up testing better on standardized testing, and then they get funding because they have higher scores from those homeschool kids. That funding doesn't go to the parents; it goes to the public schools in urban cities where the kids can't read.
Where do the
hold on,
guidelines come
but
from, though?
do you
The
need
guidelines-
specialized
centers.
college
But
to
gentlemen,
do
we
that?
do have a change of topic.
Do not come. Do not come.
I'm gonna come.
The new topic is here. The new topic has come. It's still on the same relating to the similar kind of stuff that we're talking about. Should we require public school teachers of all levels to obtain a specialized certification in their subject?
Okay, yes.
Yeah, because currently in Florida, they don't require anything.
For public school
Say
teachers.
what?
No
Nope.
shit.
Not for
Nothing.
parents.
Yeah, for public school teachers, they do not
Nothing.
require.
Yeah, but not for.
You're essentially a
Homeschool.
substitute teacher, and you can be a full-time teacher here.
And it,
There's
seems-
instances- I've been
Well, hold on, hold
around
on,
the Fresh
hold
and
on,
Fit
hold
podcast, right? We've had a couple of teachers on Fresh and Fit that admitted, I don't even have a degree. Like, I just have a high school education. And they're
Also,
teaching
doesn't
seventh grade.
doesn't Florida also have like the highest female
sleeping with the
essays?
boy.
Mhm.
That's
I was about to
that's
say,
crazy
substitute-
everywhere right now.
Substitute teachers also lead to the category of sleeping with students. That happened at my high school multiple times, and it's it's kind of
but
ridiculous. But it was always substitute
We're
teachers.
getting sidetracked, gentlemen. Stick to Jungle's main point here. Like,
Yeah, I don't
like this
necessarily
whole
think
aspect.
they should go through the college system. I think we should do it more like a blue collar worker and get a specialized degree in a specific subject so they can teach the kids properly.
Right,
It's
just
like
that
trade
subject,
school.
whatever they're on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And those that are in the lower elementary schools, they should be a broader, they should have all the subjects because you don't really need to be super specialized to teach a 12-year-old or a
School.
10-year-old.
You only need a 4th grade education to teach a 3rd grader.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
What do you think about separation of like male and female as far as like through the puberty years? If that makes
You
sense.
mean like in the classrooms, segregation?
No, I think he's talking about the
uh,
teaching.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
teachers.
Because like I got diagnosed with weird shit because I grew up in the 90s, and they're like, "Oh, he's ADHD," which I definitely am. But
Not
they
real.
wanted to pump me full of all sorts of like amphetamines, which I didn't do, thankfully, because my mom's dope.
Good call.
But there's a huge epidemic of people that went through that in the 90s based on shitty research.
They were overprescribing Ritalin and stuff like crazy back then.
Yep.
I got put on that shit. They thought I had PTSD, and then they said I had ADD, and then they put me on that. So, and that caused it to backfire because I had to drink daily milkshakes to keep my weight up, and then when I got off of it, it took all my metabolism, and this happened.
That's crazy.
Yep.
I'm just glad I finally found a new treatment for my treatment-resistant depression.
Yeah,
that's dope.
We don't want to know about it.
That's
But
a
you're gonna
joke.
share anyway.
I'm not.
I
It's a
know,
joke.
I know.
It's a
I
joke.
also was joking.
I know.
Somebody got the damn joke.
God damn it! I joked right back to you. You missed mine too, pal.
I have pumpkin spice flavored Xanax for my seasonal depression.
Sounds exciting. Back to the subject, guys. Specialized certifications.
Yeah,
I think I agree with you on the sense of having like some type of even blue collar job that like has as the teachers they're to a specific field that they go down. So if they have like history, they know everything within that history. If they're in high school, they don't need to go to college for these type of things. They just need to learn them.
Right. Same with the physical education teachers. You need those specialized degrees or certifications. Because you don't want some rando just teaching gym training. Can mess these kids up physically.
Just like they should have financial parts a part of like schooling, I believe. We've discussed this kind of thing of where,
balance.
Having
Uber driver.
Just like pretty much having these financial like parts about the education system within the high school that teach because after they kind of get out of it, if they decide to go on to other things, then sure, but I would say I don't know the percentage between the people that are deciding those two things.
Tarek, what's the schooling system like in Ireland?
Yeah, so they've done got a lot of changes since I've been in school, or they've tried to tinker with and all this kind of thing. But the way I was raised was it was segregated. So there was like your girls' school, and then there's your boys' school, and then on top of that as well, they'd also segregate based on intellect. So there'd be like the A class for like the brightest individuals, then the B class, those fuckers that didn't make it into the A class, and then you'd have like the C class, which would be a bunch of retards.
I think Japan did that too.
That sounds based as fuck.
Yeah,
I
think it's a lot better because if you look at the world scoring, like America's pretty actually far down there in education.
Yeah, didn't they
It
do
might
a
have something to
study
do
or
with
something
population,
about
too.
California is on a 4th grade mathematics level or something? The high schoolers.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
It's
I remember seeing
insane.
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, well, there's schools in like Boston and other cities where only like 3% of the students are reading at reading level.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's crazy. I don't know the numbers, but it's crazy.
Yeah, there's definitely something that needs done because you see a lot of people when they talk and you see like texting, like people aren't completing complete sentences and they're using acronyms to close down a lot of things, which I don't think that's too much of a problem, But a lot of what I see is like just people just like slamming words together, and it makes no absolute sense. And a lot of the time when you look at it,
Do we blame only the schools, or do we bring the parents into this
Parents.
conversation?
I think it's both.
I think it's parents.
Like the parents give the kids the handies, their mobiles and their tablets and shit, and they just let them learn on their own.
It's definitely a problem with technology.
Well, they call them handies. The mobile phones in Germany, they call them handies. So,
Are you from Germany?
Damn,
no, I
Jess,
was
you got
stationed there for 4 years, and my
real
kids were raised there. So I've learned it from them because that's what they call it when they're over here. I'm gonna get my handy. Fuck is that?
Wie geht's du?
Your phone.
Wie geht's dir?
Yeah, I remember. Oh, go ahead, Jungle.
What do you remember? We would love to know.
Well, I was saying I remember a lot of the time, and I think this plays in part to the downfall. I think it goes past this, but I remember when they added the word twerking to the dictionary and stuff like that. I remember like looking at that and being like, "Here's the downfall of society," is when we got to like change like words that don't even pertain to anything. We're just adding new words in that mean absolutely nothing to what came before.
Origin.
Yeah. They just make these words up, and you're like, well, what does that mean? It's like, well, whatever I want it to mean. It's like, well, there's the downfall, so it's I don't know. It's an unknown time. The future is always unknown, but it's like we got to make strides in the right direction. I think conversations like this is beneficial.
I think one of the biggest problems is that they don't teach teachers how to actually teach the tactics involved with teaching a child or adolescent how to learn.
Yeah, there's a good clip on YouTube about that. Really good one. I'm gonna try and find it. Some long-haired kid talking about not just saying things, but
because you can get a degree in biology and you know all the biological crap to talk about, but you just don't know how to convey it to a student for them to learn it. Like, do you write it on the board and you only know that way? Do you know how to make them read it? Do you know how to make, all the different forms of auditory learning, visual learning? Like, do you implement all these things?
I had instructors in college like that. They didn't.
So that's why the specialized certification comes into play. Is it requires them to learn how to teach, not just the subject itself.
The problem is if they had a small classroom with only a few kids, they could figure out how each kid learns, and then they could deal with them on that level. But when you got one teacher with 30 kids in the class, and they can't do that.
Let me put it this way though, JS. Like propaganda works. Like there's an art form behind the propaganda in order to drill certain pieces of information, certain slogans that are like you believe in these certain slogans. Even when you're fundamentally questioned on it, you'll still resort back to that slogan. So like, is propaganda not just another form of teaching? Is there not an art form that we could like instill in these teachers that actually gets these kids to actually like learn the lesson?
Does propaganda includes, I mean, it is teaching, but is it really teaching if you're deceiving people? Like, what am I trying to say? I think like if I'm just putting out information and it's true, is that propaganda? I think, doesn't propaganda imply some sort of deception to convince people?
The word entails.
I don't know if it has to be nefarious.
Not really.
You could have positive propaganda, but
exactly. But I think the word itself
kind of deceiving people a little bit.
Yeah, like what I'm trying to drill down towards in terms of using the propaganda as an example is like there's some sort of art form to, because as the goal of a teacher is to get the lesson or to get the information in the kid's head or the student's head, so that like that's basically like your mission accomplished kind of thing. So could we, let's say, extract out like the tools or the formula of like propaganda and then apply whatever those tools are to the teaching standard?
Yeah, but now you're talking about like some tools of propaganda are like mind control tactics that we learn from the Monarch mind control experiments and MK Ultra and stuff like that. We use these tactics that we learn from that subliminal messaging to control the way people think. And
Is there
I don't know
only
if I want
is there
teachers
only
doing that to
negative
kids.
propaganda?
You know, I
Sure.
don't want to get bogged down. I don't want to get bogged down on the propaganda itself. Like what I'm basically saying is like, in the same way that there would be a course to become a propagandist, like should there not be a course to become a teacher?
Yeah. And I don't think this contradicts with what I said about the homeschooling with parents. I don't think parents should have to get a certificate, but public school teachers should, because I don't think the government should be telling me how to educate my kids in my house. But if I'm sending my kid out to a public school with a bunch of other kids, that teacher needs to be qualified. So they need a certification, whereas the parents don't.
And if they have
Then-
an assistant, I think they need that too.
But I think we're still getting down to that core thing where it seems to be a conflict between like the parents' final say versus the state's final say, particularly when it comes down to education.
100%.
Right.
Well,
I feel like
think
there
it
should be a
actually-
really good fine line between the two, because if you really think about it, I would agree with JS, but then you can have some parent come along and it's like, well, I want to teach my kid Yahtzee ideology because this is my firm belief in things and stuff like that. So I mean, there's just certain things that like that might overlap each other, and I feel like that there
As a
should be a
parent-
balance between state
Yeah.
and
Need
parents.
some form of like baseline.
There's going to be
minimum.
extremes, which are going to be exceptions. Or like, I can't teach my kid once a
So
year
there goes your freedom.
we fast for 3 months.
Well, if you think
Hold
about
on.
it, that
Hold on.
Starved to death.
Isn't that like what? I mean, I'm not trying to talk shit, JS, but like, as a parent, shouldn't like your knowledge be passed on, and it's you that shapes them, not other people?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But if you're gonna send your kid off to a state-run, government-run public school, then we need to keep the state in check to make sure that they're watching over the kids the right way and doing the right thing. So that's why I'm okay with parents not being specialized in a topic but teaching it to their kids, but I'm not okay with the government schools teachers not being specialized.
Yeah, the government schools.
Well,
are-
let me come at it from this perspective. Like, do we believe that it is the duty of the state to educate and inform its citizens?
I don't, but I mean, I'm whack on that one. So.
What'd you say? Is it the state's responsibility
Duty.
to educate, the duty to
And
respon-
inform the public. Yeah.
not educate. No.
So then, if it's not the state's duty, then why are we entrusting the state to set the standard for education?
I don't think they should.
That's
I would
always
in the
been.
Department of Education.
Yep.
Yeah, this
Yeah, but the
goes
Department of
along with your
Education-
argument about the republicanism. Are we going to implement learning centers and education and fund it so that we can teach children competency and reason?
Yes.
No, that's what a parent does, not public
Yeah, but
school.
what if the parent's an idiot? What if they fail the
Natural
test
selection.
themselves? How can they teach
I don't
their
think they should have
child?
to. I don't think they should have to pass the test.
Here
so they
we
could
go.
just teach him Yahtzeeism and it'd be fine by you.
I mean, I'd rather
You
a
have to
few
say that.
crazy Yahtzee parents are teaching their kids Yahtzeeism while they're homeschooling them,
Is
rather
that not
than
part of
a
freedom?
bunch of liberals are teaching civics to our kids.
So you want to
No, so that's why
legislate
you-
that?
People always
you
like
have
public
some
schools
form of
should teach
basic
civics
fair.
more. They should teach kids about our government and how we vote. You want a
Shouldn't
bunch of liberals
parents
teaching your
teach their
kids
shit?
civics?
No.
Either way, they're going to get taught.
I'm
Well,
not
it doesn't
excusing the
necessarily
shitty
always-
parents.
It doesn't always fall into that category, but I feel like most of the time it's always when it comes to the parents or the one that's the guardian of the child, it would be like criminals raise criminals. Not all the time. Sometimes there might be that one kid out of the group that might, see that this is a bad thing to be doing and not to do what they see their parent. There might be that, but there's still certain attributes where if the parent is of that specific nature, the chances of their kid becoming of that nature because they're teaching them that is a little bit higher than low.
So, are we saying that public school? Never mind.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
I have to look more into it.
Jazzy says, spin that wheel. So we're still on Bollocksology, by the way, just so everyone's clear on all stuff. But I would like to remind everybody, Jungle does have like unlimited funds essentially to change the topic to key things, because
How is this
that whole kind of
bollocks-
aspect of who has the final control over like what the kid gets educated to. You do have that conflict between the parents and the
parent,
state,
right?
And what if there's a disagreement between the state? But then if we do it based on the parent, then each parent is going to have their own standard of
But
like
isn't
what is
the
competent,
state-
what is. So then we get back to, well, should we want a central governing body determining what should be deemed as competent and not competent?
And also, is the state made up of parents?
Yes to this prompt. And I have another one I just sent you.
But yeah, I'll shut the fuck up. Sorry.
We love you, Snazzy or Snazzy or whatever.
Oh, yes.
Shazzy.
But
I
we do
am,
have a
nerd.
topic change before we get into it, ladies and gentlemen. The next topic is government. Wait, what the fuck? Yeah, government should guarantee access to adequate food as a fundamental human right.
No.
How do we feel, gentlemen? How do we feel?
No.
I'm still
What do you-
thinking about it.
Actually,
Yeah,
well,
what do you mean by access? I don't know what that means exactly.
Food stamps? Is that access?
You're thinking too small. This is a fucky question. Good luck.
Yeah, but what does access mean? Does it mean it guarantees that they get food or they get access? like
It
no one can
guarantees
hold.
that they will not starve.
Okay, so they get food.
To which humans?
So the government should
I'll
guarantee.
give you a hint. Which humans get it?
All humans
Look-
except the Transformers.
Well, the ones who can't. So I
Well,
assume the
then,
ones who-
yes, I'm in for it. No, I'm just kidding.
So it's a safety net. It's like a safety net option. That if you can't
Yes.
afford food, then the government guarantees, like food
If
banks
you
and
fail
stuff
at
like
life, the
Yeah,
government-
food banks, food stamps.
Who's
Should they
government?
provide it?
that.
I mean, we already do that. Even if the government doesn't, your local community is going to help you if you can't eat.
Yeah,
They've tried it with the
drive.
government.
Yeah, you can go to
Volunteer.
church.
The problem with volunteerism is just it's volunteerism. There's no guarantee.
Correct. And
That's
part
what I
of the
always
problem
think
is-
about.
Part of the
But
problem
people
is
will take care of people naturally, though. That's inherent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
we had a
always
thing
be
where they
somebody
were,
that wants
where
to
like
help.
on the welfare system, they were trying to bring in a system where instead of getting money put in your bank account, you get a card, like a credit card, and there were certain things you can't buy with it, like alcohol or cigarettes and stuff like that. It can only be used for food and
Yeah, that's
essentials.
food stamps. Yeah, that's food
And-
stamps.
okay. So it's a similar thing. And the argument against it was that it was, just because you're broke, you
Discriminatory.
Yeah, it incentivizes
it's
people to be
discriminatory.
broke. And then that's actually another thing with the whole children stuff. Women will have more children just to get more money from the government.
Yeah.
They will not have a job on purpose so they can get extra food stamp money. They're
I'm
just
sure they get a job,
living
they'll
off
lose
the
it.
taxpayers at that.
And
I-
child support.
I saw a lady
Yeah.
who was.
Don't get me started on that shit.
They went on to her and her husband were doing okay and then fell on hard times and they ended up going, this is American, went to whatever it's called over there, Social Security or whatever. And they were getting payments each week. And then they came good. So their payments were approved for like a year. And about 9 months into it, they were approved. And she went in and said, look, we're doing well now. We can come off the program. And the lady over the counter said, why? You're approved for a year. And she said, yeah, but we don't need it. And this same lady had advised her that when they were first signing up, if your husband moves out of the home, you'll get more money.
Yep.
That's what
And
happened with the civil rights movement.
This is a hell no to this question because of the incentivization.
But okay, but here's a scenario. Let's say in an area, China, which shouldn't be able to do this, but they buy up all the farmland, and then they start charging crazy price, or just some hypothetical. Somebody buys up all the farmland, and he says, "Well, I don't want to sell food to this type of person." Should the government come in and say, "No, you can't do that. You're going to have to sell it to everybody because you control the food source"?
Yeah, that's access as in terms of being able to get to it. What the prompt, as Jungle said, was the government should guarantee that people have food.
But in some like extreme situation like that, you would want the government to step in and guarantee that you have access to the food source.
That'd be more like an anti-discrimination law, or it would come under monopoly law, something like that.
Right, like a monopoly, or if they just said, "I just want it all for myself."
I shouted out to Bill Gates earlier, asking him, "What are you doing, Bill Gates?"
And screw that guy.
What did
He's buying up all the farmland.
Yeah, he's buying up all the farmland. Yeah.
He owns more land now than anybody, I guess. Farmland.
Yeah, he does.
What are you doing, Bill Gates?
And if he starts doing some weird stuff to all the food, and he owns the majority of the food,
you got to live
the government
with it.
to step in.
Hold up. If we're mentioning
that.
Bill Gates, you know his like #1 goal, right? Is to like he offered a $100,000 reward for somebody making like the best condom in the world when he's like a trillionaire. Yeah. Yeah, that's his. Yeah.
Okay.
You can Google that.
No, I'm not saying I don't believe you. I wasn't sure if you said condiment or condom.
Condom. Yeah.
Well,
no, that, like, he offered $100,000 when he was worth like $100 billion or some shit.
Need a really good mustard.
Really tasty ketchup.
You never knew about condiment condoms? They have mayo, mustard, ketchup.
Fuck your cherry flavor and your pepper.
Damn it, I stayed muted the whole time. But like you said, Bill Gates, and I'm like, fuck that pedal.
Yeah.
I heard Bill Gates is dropping tick bombs on farmland.
Yeah, I heard that.
You heard about that?
No,
I heard about ticks on farms.
He's also involved with the thing you're talking about with the land buying process.
A what?
China. China.
You can say China.
China.
Yeah.
No, there's this old video of him, and he's talking about.
Disease too.
He's saying this is a thing, and it's a capsule, and ticks breed in it, and we drop it from a plane, and it lands in a pasture somewhere, and then it gets on and this is a way we can. It was basically like a weapon, and now there's videos of people on their farms in middle America, flyover country, and they're finding these weird boxes and these weird canisters, and they're like, "What the heck is this?" And then they see this video, and it looks a lot like the thing Bill Gates was talking about, these tick bombs.
Well, like let's let me give you the balanced perspective of both aspects here. On the one hand, if you're the affirmative on this, your core argument is basic human survival requires food, meaning that without it, all other rights like life and liberty are compromised, right? That's the core argument for it, that humans require food. The negative position would say that framing food as a right that the government must enforce or provide can lead to market distortions, dependency, and unsustainable national spending. So given those are the two arguments, gentlemen, like what is the line in the sand, the limiting principle, for lack of, that's probably on theme as well with the stream, this whole kind of limiting principle in terms of like the food security aspect, at what point should the government step in? If we're taking this argument on its merits,
I think if you want to maintain a capitalist approach, it just has to be like anti-monopoly laws, something like that, so that no one can control it all. Anti-monopoly, yeah.
I would say you all have to buy shit from us.
No, I mean internally, domestically. Like you can't have one company in the country that controls all the food in terms of selling it. They do it all the time. Like, they broke up Microsoft. They broke up fucking Apple about 17 fucking times because of monopoly. You can just make sure you're doing the same thing with the food, and then the free market will kind of set the level. You will have cheap food. You'll have expensive food. You'll have competition.
The
Beyond
guy's
that-
amazing here.
Well, and also
Well,
access doesn't mean we're just going to give it to you.
Well, that was what we explained. That's what Jungle explained. That's what he meant by the prompt, was that you were
Yeah.
guaranteed food.
But so it's a commodity versus necessity thing. Like food is
That's
a
always a hard thing
necessity.
to define.
Yeah.
That's a hard thing to define. Like, is mustard a necessity? You know, obviously they say bread, milk, and vegetables. You know, and meat maybe. Beyond
Yeah.
that, what's necessary? You know, is special mayonnaise necessary? You know, pink.
But guaranteeing
oil.
access could be just you let your community start a community garden and have a food place, a food pantry where they hand out food to poor people, and the government doesn't come in and shut that down. That would be, and the government protects that and lets them do that. That would be guaranteeing
Hold
access
on.
to
I
adequate
don't think
food.
it should be the
'Cause-
government running that, right? So, like, if the government's stepping into that, that's determining what is a right and what isn't. But we already know what kind of is. And I fucked up on that part. But the government shouldn't be doing that. Food pantries and whatnot are like Christian food pantries. Like, human nature is going to help human nature, or it isn't, right?
But let's say I set up a thing outside and I say, drop any of your extra vegetables, fruits, canned goods, drop them in here. And it says, you know, poor people just come up and take what you want. The health department should come to my door and say, you're not allowed to do that here.
Well, the health department canned it. Like, it was already approved.
I know,
by
but
them.
so the government should protect my right to be able to set that up and hand food
You know-
out to people
you know,
without having
Jay,
to go through a bunch
yeah.
of red tape and health department
We had
crap.
a street here in Australia. I forget where it was, where everybody in the street had agreed on their nature strip. I don't know what you guys call it. The bit of grass between the
median.
Yeah, like out the front of your house.
Okay.
Yeah. It's between the footpath and the road. There's a strip of grass we all have, or most places have.
Yeah,
So-
we have a word for it. I can't think of it right now.
Yeah, so this whole street had all agreed to make a community project, and they were growing fruit trees and vegetables, and because it's a useless piece of grass, it's just there. The entire street was full of fruit trees and full of vegetable gardens. The local council was actually making moves to shut that down.
Yeah,
because it was
It's on
causing
city property.
No, it was causing it was causing trouble
Right away.
with people with access. It was getting too busy with people going up and down there and picking food and picking fruit. So I can see what you mean, where the government, in this case, local government, was getting involved and trying to stop it. Not for any nefarious reasons. They were just trying to keep things clear, you know.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm just saying there are complications there, but I agree the government shouldn't be blocking people from
I
accessing
just want
food.
kids were hungry, not in the United States.
Sorry?
I said I don't want to see kids going hungry in the United States. I really don't care about their parents that much. Just the kid.
Wouldn't
I
that
don't.
be a point, though, for why we need positive propaganda to, like, reestablish the family system and whatnot? Because we wouldn't need all this welfare shit if, like, the nuclear family was actually a thing. And, like, the
Yeah, but
American
them
dream
single moms
got-
can't get all them money for all them kids that they can have.
Yep.
That's the problem. where it
That's why I don't
stems.
care about the adults too much.
Incentives are in the wrong place. Too
They're
much
using those
incentive on
kids
how many
as a
kids you can have.
Yep, and the government's
Well-
like actually incentivizing that, which is kind of fucked.
Thankfully,
All the
thankfully though,
incentives in the wrong
Jungle's here to tell y'all.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
We're on to a new subject, or new prompt, ladies and gentlemen. Passionate love is essential for successful, lifelong romantic relationships. Agree or disagree, gentlemen?
What is passionate?
I can strongly confirm that.
Yeah, I would say yeah.
You a passionate lover, crazy?
Yep.
Beta.
You think so? I've got a good life so far.
Dispassionate love is essential for successful lifelong romantic relationship.
Well, that's where the relationship part comes in, because
Wait,
that's where it
how
takes
can
a
I
hard
request a 1v1? Is that possible?
Hold on. Do you think this is VK?
We can do 1v1s. We can make allowance. Who are we thinking, Jungle?
Okay, I want you to take the opposite of JS and let's see what you guys got. This will be interesting.
Okay. Okay, so JS, where do you agree or disagree here?
I disagree with this prompt. I say dispassionate love is essential.
Does anybody agree with the prompt?
No, you're going to debate him.
Okay, so I'm going to debate.
You
Okay,
have to
okay.
agree. Yeah, absolutely.
And who wants to moderate?
Oh, it doesn't matter. You guys can handle it. You're big boys.
Okay, Crazy. You're
I
going to
can
be
be
the,
fair.
the-
I can be fair.
The moderator. Oh, one sec.
All right.
Let me. People are already
Holy
leaving.
fuck.
It's unbelievable. One sec. Where's Darts? So Dart's going to be the moderator. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let me get the timer in place as well.
Oh
Like I
my
said,
God!
we
You put
can
Darth as
make
moderator?
we can make allowances, ladies and gentlemen. Oh shit! One sec. It's already running. Let me refresh that. Put this right here. Full screen this. Oh, 1 sec. Need to zoom out. On
Are we
that.
doing opening
So,
statements or just like back and forth for 5 minutes?
it's the typical YCMVK, baby. Okay,
All right,
so
all right,
I'm on the affirmative position. So passionate love is essential for a successful, lifelong romantic relationship because at the end of the day, are we not creatures of feeling? Are we not creatures of emotion, JS? If I'm not passionate about my wife, am I not like passionate about my life?
No, that's your lower nature. That's your feminine nature. That's you need to forgive your mom so that you can overcome that and return to your father. And then you'll learn what true love is. It's dispassionate. Passionate love is a roller coaster of emotions. Emotions are gay. Dispassionate love is love without emotion. It's loving everyone, even your enemy. And when you have that love, then you don't have the roller coaster anymore. That passion
Yeah,
is going to
so-
get you.
So like this whole aspect where like we all act as robots, we all get the Neuralink. That's like the ultimate form of love for you.
Robots don't love.
You know, but you kind of said it's dispassionate. There's no emotion. It's all just pure logic.
Yeah, emotions are fallen nature. That's from the woman. That comes from the woman. When you're born of the flesh, you come through your mother's flesh. You're born of the flesh. Then you have that emotional roller coaster that you're on. That happy, sad. Oh, I love you. Oh, I don't love you.
Yeah,
she loves me. She loves me not.
You're saying get rid of the emotion and just put it down to logic.
Yes,
That
love
it's
is
like
true love.
marriages-
Agape, God's love is dispassionate.
Yeah,
It
so
doesn't
like in
matter.
terms of the ultimate relationship should be one that's determined purely on logic.
It doesn't
Like, you have
matter
logical
what
justification.
It doesn't matter
your
what
wife.
my wife does to me, what she says to me. I'm still gonna love her. It's not like one day I'm gonna be angry and hate her, and then one day I'm gonna love her. That's what passion does to you, because passion can go both ways. You can have passionate hate, but love, there is no hate. It's the absence of hate. It's
Okay.
dispassionate.
So you come home and your wife's plowing 5 other dudes. You're gonna come, sweetie, I love you.
I'll leave her, but I'll still love her dispassionately. Be like, oh well, she's a whore. Bye, and then you leave.
But then we kind of get into a mismatch here because, like I said, if there's still that logical reason, you'd still maintain the relationship.
That's a dumb question. If you passionately love your wife and you come home and she's banging 5 dudes, are you still gonna passionately love her?
Well, would you have more respect for the dude that got all passionate and like wiped out the 5 dudes banging his wife, or would you have more questions for the dude who just like calmly, coolly, like unemotionally, just like walked away?
But the guy that you're saying the passionate dude's gonna end up serving life in prison.
Yeah.
He's going to be so angry. He's going to see red. He's going to kill the 5 dudes banging his wife, and he's going to spend the rest of his life in prison. The dispassionate dude is just going to be like, well, she's a whore. I still love her because I love my enemies, but I'm done with her. And he's just going to leave, and he's going to divorce her, and he's going to have proof that she did something wrong. He's going to come out of it on top. The passionate guy's going to end up in prison for the rest of his life.
Yeah, but
getting
our
banged by a
emotions-
black guy.
Are our emotions not just spidey senses to give us
body
what would be
senses?
Yeah, like in terms of like senses, like sensing that something's wrong. You know what I mean? In terms of like the aspect of, like if you are feeling jealous at a particular moment, that's your spidey sense telling you, well, like there's something up, there's something happening right now that I need to observe, that's making me feel this certain type of emotion.
If I felt jealous about something, I would want to overcome that. That would be passion, and there's no reason to be jealous of anybody or compare yourself to anybody. I would want to dispassionately overcome that.
Yeah, so to go back to the wife and the 5 dudes example, like why would you feel jealous over that?
I wouldn't feel jealous. I would just leave her.
Yeah, but like that's just an emotion. Your emotion will subside.
No, it's
You just need to
pragmatic
get
to
over
leave
yourself.
her. The passionate guy might end up staying with her. Honey, why would you do this to me? I'm so sorry. I just made a mistake. And then they're going to cry it out together. He's going to say, but I love you so much. We can still be together. I love you too. Passion. Let's have a candlelit dinner and get over this. And then she's going to bang 5 dudes again a week later.
Yeah, but in terms
or he's
of,
going to
yeah,
get angry and passionate in his anger. And he's going to get banged in prison.
like in terms of like the aspect here of like the using the emotion as a sense or a gauge to where the relationship's at. Like if everybody's just like cold emotion, like emotionless, like unrobotic,
Stoic.
would you not say? Yeah, but like it's not to say like stoic's not to say that you should repress every single feeling.
All
It's the
right.
fact that you can manage your emotions. You know what I'm saying?
Bring the
Agape
panel up.
love.
We
Agape
have the
love.
rest of the
God's
panel.
love. A
Gentlemen, what do you
dispassionate
think?
love.
Put a poll in the chat.
Put a poll in the chat, baby.
Democracy. Ugh. God's love is
You
dispassionate.
did good, Darth. Man,
God's love will wipe out a
JS
Um,
so fast.
in love.
Hold on. I do have, you know, how Speakeasy has 2 questions for each.
Also, shout out to Vince. We don't do the name changes, but appreciate the $2, sir. I also accept the title of Leprechaun King. But yeah, go ahead.
Do you really think you could get over that kind of shit, JS?
What is there to get over if you're dispassionate about it? You just love everybody the same.
Well,
There's-
dispassionate, like, all right, maybe I didn't word that quite.
It might suck. I'd probably be sad, and I would want to.
Well, then
I would
what
want
the
to
fuck is
overcome that.
passionate about it? If it's dispassionate, I mean, I guess that kind of goes to your point a little bit, but like, why would you do it then?
I wouldn't let myself, get so connected to somebody that they could affect me like that.
Ah,
Ooh, the guarded heart.
there's the answer.
Yeah, it's dispassionate, but I still love everybody. I love my enemy.
But you love your
Nah,
enemy the
that-
same as you love
Nah,
your
I think I
your
actually
wife?
won on that question.
Wow.
That's
Uh,
one on that question. Oh, that's a
no,
real
well,
unbiased
no.
moderator. You're trying to win with a question.
No, no, I just meant like it was a good question. Ass hat.
Now, what's your question for Terriac?
And ladies and gentlemen, the poll is in. This is I'm calling a 2020 election right here. I demand a recount on this one. Apparently,
What?
with 10 votes, thank you all for voting. JS is our winner with 60% of the vote share.
Ah,
Well, it
I
doesn't
am the
matter
host
what
now.
question.
I even got a sound.
Good
effect.
job, guys.
Although I didn't have to tap in, so it was pretty cool.
You're sold.
I just
You're sold.
shut the fuck up. I'm not sure that wasn't entirely a trick, but
Okay, now you guys talk about it. I'm going to the bathroom.
I had to go to the bathroom the whole time. I was moderating. I just want to make sure you guys just didn't start yelling at each other. Not that I could have changed anything.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we got another topic switch from our boy Jungle.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Don't care about this topic. The next prompt is: should governments impose immediate bans on new oil and gas leasing on public lands to accelerate the green energy transition?
Oh gosh. No.
Who's in it? Or is this just open?
Everybody.
It's open for the panel.
You want a 1v1, Darth?
Not opposed to it.
Okay, we got one in the nays. Any yays?
Let me think about it here.
No,
Back
I
to
mean,
me.
I agree with, well, except the last part. Well, actually, no, I'm 100% opposed to this. What
Okay,
am I thinking?
we
I have
don't
to
know
pee.
what the fuck Dart's thinking, apparently.
No, I have to pee. I have to pee. It's
He
fucking
doesn't
me
know
up.
what he's
No,
thinking.
no, I'm off on this.
This is a long question.
Yeah. I feel like there's some hidden stuff in there I'm not thinking about.
Close immediate bans.
No, fuck green energy.
In the name of climate change, boys.
No?
Is that all governments or just here?
All I see is green energy, and I don't like it.
Yeah,
That's all he's thinking about is the green
Yeah.
energy.
Yeah,
He's thinking about the
wordy.
Green New Deal.
No,
It's
we're not.
wordy
You guys
for
got to
that
keep
reason.
in mind that we are only simply immediately banning new oil and gas leasing on public lands, keyword, to accelerate the transition. Do you guys want to eventually transition, just not pour billions and trillions of dollars into it right away to focus solely on it? You want to eventually get there, though?
No, because I don't think green energy is a real thing. I think it's
What about nuclear energy? Would you consider that green?
No.
No, produces waste.
Yeah, we go there.
I'm
Why?
good with
When
nuclear energy.
we could totally isolate.
I'd say
ourselves
nuclear is the only way out if
with
you want to
oil.
go green.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Well,
All for
I mean,
that.
even if you look at like wind turbines, I mean, the way they dispose of them is
How many birds
essential
die
waste.
Yeah, how many
Bury 'em
how many
or they
birds
just let 'em
die
fall
through
apart.
turbine?
Well, yeah, that too. I mean, yeah, a lot of birds die, but a lot of birds die by flying into planes too.
They've got
Yeah.
wind turbines in the ocean that are killing the whales.
You know,
It's very good.
The best
like-
word, the best wind turbines.
it's like the only one I consistently hear about that doesn't seem to have. And I guess I could be stand corrected on this, but it is solar energy. That's the only one I don't, you know. But
It's
that also
inconsistent.
depends
You gotta
if
replace
there's
those panels
enough
at some
sun out
point.
there to collect it, you know.
Yay
gotta
or
replace the
nay,
panels.
gentlemen? We need to get the
No.
yays and nays in order first.
No.
There's a potential 1v1 on the
Nay.
table here, gentlemen.
I don't
No.
know, but I do want to say that solar, wind, hydro, and nuclear are all nuclear energy because it all
Okay.
comes from the
So-
sun.
In
Yeah.
terms of the nays, which should be the entire panel, apparently, based on your answers, is there anyone who feels strongly that they could present a counter argument to this?
No.
No,
Without looking like a fucking whatever her name is. In New York.
AOC.
AOC, yeah,
I
yeah,
think everybody's going to avoid looking like that. I'll
yeah.
just throw another one at you. I'll just send it to you.
Ooh,
Yeah, I was gonna say
hold on.
it's cow farts, you know, producing, you know.
I'm fine if they want to
Well,
work on green energy, but don't restrict our oil and gas. That's the best. It's the best thing we got right
Speaking
now.
of which, ladies and gentlemen, speaking of cow farts, should the use of animals in scientific and medical research be legally phased out?
I'm not a vegan, so fuck no.
Scientific and medical research, no.
No, because
Maybe cosmetics.
We don't want human trials.
I don't know if we should be putting Maybelline in a bunny rabbit's eyeballs, but
I mean, there should be ethical conversations about it, correct? But I mean, you got to test shit. That is the scientific method, right?
And when we say animals, do we mean all animals? Are any exempt?
yeah, is a lab rat on the same level as a beagle? That's funny. They fought so hard to get those beagles
Ooh.
released, but they don't care about the damn lab rats.
That's deep.
Yeah, I think that's more of
Things that
a
make you go.
dog is a pet.
Yeah,
That's
made me
not
think about my
commies.
dog.
Rat is-
And I was
rat is a
like,
rodent.
"Fuck, no, you ain't testing my dog.
There's an argument to be made that we should test it on like prisoners serving life. If we're not going to have the death penalty, we could do life with human testing.
Does anybody disagree with that?
What do we? What are we
Wait,
trying
JS
to be?
is in favor of human
Hold on,
trials?
that sounds awfully German to me.
If we can't have the death penalty,
That sounds really German.
mean, I haven't got a 23andMe done, but it's Heisa Josh.
There might be some Austrian descent.
Wow. How's your painting skills, JS?
Well, apparently, you know, I say apparently I'm subhuman. So you know, I guess they could test me, right?
There we go. Change it up there. Buddy.
Squeeze human prisoners for scientific testing to advance medical treatments.
Well, are they on death row?
You're from JS. What side do you want?
Yeah, well, yeah, sure.
Anybody opposed?
Now, only for prisoners who are doing life.
Okay, on
yeah,
death row.
I'd agree with that.
Or death row. Like, basically, if we can't do death row because a lot of people are against the death penalty, fine, give them life. But let's do some of this. Let's do some experiments on them while they're in there.
Is this a 1v1? Because I say definitely no on this.
Okay,
not
we got
that I
ourselves
want to
one.
be in it.
We also
not that
got.
I want to be on it. But
Is there any other yays, or sorry, any other people opposed that would want to actually do 1v1? I got a guest backstage as well. Let me introduce.
We bring in the studio this morning one of the gay rights activists, Mr. Should I call you Mr.?
Mr. Vintage, welcome to the show.
I thought he was here earlier.
I gotta swap that. Actually,
oh no, that was Jungle in Vintage and a Crystal.
It was. So is there like Vintage? Are you opposed to the above prompt and you want to do 1v1?
Well, before I say anything, mate, fucking congratulations on 2K. Absolutely well deserved.
Thank you very kindly, sir.
Cannot wait to see you get to 5 and then beyond. Should we use human prisoners for scientific testing? Absolutely, yes. Because especially if you're against the death penalty. If you're against the death penalty, what else are they going to be used for? I mean,
hold on.
It's just a waste of time. The prompt doesn't say death penalty; it says just prisoners.
No, I get that.
We can make
death penalty, but I'm
that was
saying
kind of like an asterisk that I added.
We can
like
set the term.
but I agree with the asterisks. It's like, should we use them? Well, yes.
Hey, Vintage, you just got here, bro. Calm the fuck down. Calm down.
So I'm in the middle of a fight. I'm trying to overrun an army here.
Congratulations.
I'm gaming
on your
and
big
I'm trying to
100,
overrun an army right now. And
You're
I'm
playing
struggling.
Rust? The fuck? Average?
No, I run Total War.
Speaking of fights, shout out those 2 brave, beautiful women who fought for 14 seconds tonight.
Oh yeah, that shit.
Oh, you talking about the?
The Rousey fight. Yeah, I saw that.
Was it 14 seconds? I said 10.
I put the whole fight on a YouTube short.
I lost longer than that. That's saying something.
That was the biggest bummer in the history of time, but the fight before it was amazing.
Sorry for derailing.
Diaz got destroyed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, by Mac Perry, who looked like.
Congratulations on your 100 subs there, Vintage. Good job, buddy.
I appreciate you. Thanks,
You're on
man.
the way to 10K.
On the way to 10K. Only 100 times to go. But I appreciate it. I'm still pinching myself. I did back-to-back VK victories. That's wild.
I got a question for the YouTubers out there. Do super chats boost your algorithm?
I actually don't know, and I don't care.
It's interaction, so yeah, and I think it's more like
is it more
quality
of a
interaction,
like a bigger ratio?
Yeah, like more likes,
no
more
idea.
comments, more super chats. Also, YouTube's going to be more likely to put you into the featured if you're getting regular super chats.
Okay. Because that was
Your chat
that's
is
an interesting
unreadable
point.
because it's moving so fast.
What have you got?
Yeah. Because that's an interesting point. Because for me and my channel, I really don't care if I just want to get monetized for the sake of getting the achievement on YouTube. I don't actually care about the money. So I'm like, I probably wouldn't even have super chats and monetization. I just don't care for it.
Don't you have to have like 5,000 watch hours and a bunch of short watch hours? And
I think it's like 3,000 watch hours and 400 subs or something like that. But it's more so. But the point of it is not that I'm trying to get monetized so I can make money. It's just more of the achievement. If I got to the point of monetization, like you're monetized, I would probably just like instead of go thanks YouTube and then turn it off because I'm
not turn it on. because you have to give them your tax information to turn it on.
Oh, do you? Okay, see, there you go. I didn't know that. You know, but that's how little I care about monetization. I was just like, whatever. You know, I just like to be on the internet and have fun and talk shit.
I think it kind of helps protect you from getting banned and stuff. If you're saying crazy stuff,
being monetized.
Yeah, because YouTube's making money off of you, so they have more of a reason to not deplatform you. But if you're saying crazy stuff and you're not making any money, they'll just get rid of you. They don't care.
Yeah, but are they not making money off you anyway? Because
they make too much money to care.
That's probably true too.
Well, that
They ban people with millions of followers. They don't give a shit.
Well, they demonetized Destiny. What do you have, like 4 million followers or something?
YouTube demonetized Destiny?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, a while ago.
I didn't know that. I knew he got banned from Twitch. I didn't know he got
he got demonetized from. Yeah, he got demonetized.
How the fuck is he making money? Act Blue, Democrat.
Fucking poll off stream, probably.
OnlyFans.
Yeah. So we getting this 1v1 set up? I want to hear this.
You fall asleep or what, buddy?
Yeah, we're here. Don't worry. It just to confirm, it is Dart versus JS. Okay, so this is going to be 1v1.
Got you. Yeah, fuck you.
Okay, so you want Vintage to take your place for you? Okay, so
well, I just went in the last one.
That is fair. That is fair, gentlemen. It's going to be Vintage versus Dart. The prompt is: should we use human death row prisoners for scientific testing to advance medical treatments? Wait, are you going to pee? Gentlemen, we only have about like a handful of minutes left. I need to do that. I need to do. Okay.
It's JS and Vintage.
Why don't we do it Why don't we do it after the Switch then?
I'm just gaming and hanging out. What am I arguing now all of a sudden?
Gentlemen, we have the changeover, the swap coming into play. So one sec, let me paste this link in the back chat.
Yeah, I was gonna say you raiding over.
Oh, I'm going to be raiding over as well. I'm going to pin it there as well. So I put it in the
You're doing what you like best.
So this is going to end.
I haven't gamed in ages.
So I've pasted the new link in the back chat and in the public chat as well. So this one's going to be ending. I'm going to hit the clip now, and then I'm already over in the other one, and I'm going to start that one up as well. So one sec, let me do the thingamabob.
Play a video game
we're
too.
technically live on the new stream now. And then let me play some music as well, just to keep it tight us over, as they say.
So is there a different StreamYard as well, or?
Yeah, I put it in the back.
Yes. So I'm going to end this one. Click the link in the private chat, boys. I'll see you over there.
Why wouldn't you dedicate yourself to public service?
Because I think it's a very mean life. I would love and I would dedicate my life to this country, but I see it as being a mean life, and I also see it as somebody with strong views. And somebody with the kind of views that are maybe a little bit unpopular, which may be right, but may be unpopular.
I am your voice. So to every parent who dreams for their child, and every child who dreams for their future, I say these words to you tonight. I am with you. I will fight for you. And I will win for you. We will make America strong again. We will make America safe again.